urine.
Oh my God!
I said the primary gauge. Your fuel gauge is not your fuel tank gauge. Not your primary gauge on your.
Dude, you can't even figure out that warrant officers can fly in the Coast Guard. You're a dumbass.
Dude, I showed the link. Only the Army lets warrant officers.
Okay. Here, I got one for you, Fighting Mentor. You ready? Okay, Fighting Mentor, I got one for you. Okay, all right. Is there a special forces like an infantry in the Coast Guard? Fighting Benchwarmers?
What about it? Yes. Well, Coast Guard is not a Coast Guard is a law enforcement agency, so it's not really. They don't have the same special forces that the Marines or the Air Force have.
Special forces in the Coast Guard. A special forces infantry in the Coast Guard.
Is there? Like, I wouldn't know. Is there?
But you just had up all the links.
That was for the pilots, dude. That was for being a pilot in the 5 branches, okay?
All right. Well, you'll figure it out one day. Have fun.
So what about special forces? Okay, what about special forces? As far as I know, for Air Force special forces, you don't have to be an officer. You can just be enlisted for that. I know that for the Air Force.
You know a lot about it for not having to go in like a puss bag, so you just talk about it online all the time.
You're done, Cox. You're done, Cox. Cox, you're done. You've just been he's gone. He bailed. He bailed. There we go. So everyone, let it be known. Let it be known. Cox says.
He rage quit.
Let it be known. I just want everyone.
Did Aaron just say he was a special need, fucking special?
Green Beret. He's Green Beret.
What a fucking faggoty ass liar! I bet you if I had to, he was not in that special. You guys are gonna find out.
He never says what he did in the Coast Guard. He never says what he did. So I don't know exactly. All he says he was enlisted. That's all we know. And, like I said, being enlisted, you can't be a pilot. So does he have to be an officer? Because the thing about Coast Guard is their pilot training is it goes alongside with the Navy and Marine Corps, and Navy and Marine Corps requires pilots to be officers.
One day
Coast Guard on the website requires pilots to be officers.
Scotty seemed to do panels for.
Was only enlisted in the Coast Guard. He was ineligible to be a pilot. He didn't have a bachelor's degree at the time. I don't think he honestly ever did. I still don't think he has a bachelor's degree. So.
Just like a couple weeks ago,
he took he refused to answer any question about CMN, anything about CMN. You bring it up, he knows that he can't win on that because after CMN, what he posted on his channel, showing those underage females and males, where he should try to accuse me and FM being these two, I think, underage males. I don't know where, but CMN's a sick man. Okay, this guy is absolutely disgusting, and Cox defends him. He's his best friend. Okay, I've seen Cox multiple times on his channel praising him, saying he came on when me and FM were streaming. He said that CMN's hilarious. Okay, and he's saying that this 40-year-old man, who hangs around public schools, stalks police officers, has pictures of disturbing pictures in his basement wall. He defends this guy. Cox is best friends with this guy. Admits to exchanging emails and phone calls with him. And, I'll address this other guy, Crying Patrick, also.
What a great cry fest.
He always said, Crying Patrick.
This is a wonderful cry fest.
Crying Patrick says me and FM tried to turn him against Cox. Well, Crying Patrick came around.
You're bitching like
yeah, okay.
Yeah, well,
Cuck for some more, fellow Cuck.
Who are you?
Don't forget to wear your boxes backwards so that way finding freedom and slips in the covers. He can give you a little backdoor love. Oh, shit.
Okay, hi, Sam. So, I just want to go on this Patrick guy, Crying Patrick.
That's Anton. Sorry, I was AFK. That's Anton, obviously.
Anton. Okay. Yeah, Tim Cornette is the devil. Okay, so, but anyway, this Crying Patrick.
You're crying because you're still alive and trying to win.
Trying to turn him against Cox. Well, he came to this pocket. He came around our circle because he hated Cox at the time. He used to hate Aaron Cox, saying Aaron Cox is defending creeps and all that, and Cox is, he's a cyber stalker. And then Crying Patrick, he just got mad over J-Man's comment, which really was not a big deal. Just who cares what someone says about your singing? Okay, I was friendly with Patrick at first. I thought he was fine, but he got so mad over that, and I played neutral with him most of the time, just giving him the benefit of the doubt. But look, he just went on and on. Then he started accusing fellow man and Cox of working together, and now he's best friends with Cox. He admits to exchanging emails and having private chats with Cox. So it really is pathetic on that guy, okay? And no, he never worked for the FBI, okay?
No, you guys are the ones that fucking supposed to chat like it's a wreck dick taking so hard.
He said he got into high school, which is total nonsensical because you have to have a bachelor's degree for that. So
he started that while on panel with me, actually. I told him I was in the CIA.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Look, I don't know what you are, Anton. So I have no comment on it right now, okay? I have to invest I haven't heard your claims directly, but I don't know. Do you think are you CIA, dude? Or you part of some, I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, all I gotta say is yes, this Cox is defending CMN, and now he has bailed out of the channel because he refused. That's his tactic, everyone. He just talks over you and doesn't let you get a word in just so he doesn't get exposed. Because he has no way to defending CMN. He just defends CMN, but CMN's a perfect attack dog. It's too dumb to question orders. Look, that's who Cox recruits. He recruits people who are compromised, too dumb to question orders. CMN's just going to keep on making videos. 8 or 50 videos on me, over 300 on FM.
Probably laugh at you like,
on other people too, on Nicola, on OJM, on several other
you're on
people,
loop.
which are just
You
all
couldn't even
lies.
stick to the first point on the
throws out
warrant
fake
officer.
names, which he has no evidence of. Okay, and then he has no evidence of what he says. Just and all he's doing is psychological projection. Like, he accuses other people of what his guilty pleasures are. That's what he does. So I really got nothing else to say, but just let it be on record.
He probably tells him like, "Oh,
claim,
guy, he's a dangerous
he never was a
predator.
pilot that flew classified airplanes in the Coast Guard. He defends CMN and Ryan Patrick. Enough said there.
You need to
I really got
search for.
nothing
He
else
needs
to
to
say.
comment on devices like, I got proof of that. Click.
Gandalf, you got anything to say?
You're such a trigger pussy in your puppy milk finding bench warmer.
Sorry, I went to the store. I had to get something at the store during all that, and then I was like, watch him rage quit. Either way, it's kind of good. Let him burn.
Oh, that a mic drop? That ain't a mic drop moment. You guys are fucking
he has nothing
dumb.
to say. He has nothing to say, really. Like, what is he? Just talks over you.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Who fucking said? Okay. Loopty loopty loop. Loopty loopty loop. Move the goalpost. Slide the door.
I miss all the good stuff when I go on vacation. Your voice changer sounds a little shitty too.
Hey, fuck you.
Good, everything you said about him is
Patrick,
true.
that's the next guy I need to face him now. That's the other. Because I gave him a benefit of a doubt. Like, really, I gave this guy
couldn't even wait 10 minutes for me to go to the store.
That's like if
Aaron,
you say,
you burn out that quick, really?
He's
I wanted to talk to you about your friends, Aaron.
He's a kidnapper. He's a kidney dealer. He's a red sex bear, but
he's projecting right there. He's the one who just couldn't defend
himself. Yeah, okay.
If
it's on the net, it must be true. It must be factual. Yeah, okay.
Like, Cox, you have no ground to stand on, Cox. You have nothing to defend yourself. Your credibility's all gone, dude. Only people that stand with you are people, CMN, What's Truth, and a bunch of other, your whole police audit community, whatever.
He's getting Shizzle to repeat his talking points, like scratching the surface.
Yeah, I gave Shizzle a benefit of doubt too, because he was, I'll give him, at first he was calling out CMN. He's like, it was creepy that CMN was.
No, they just want to shut the fuck up and back. They just want me to go away.
The other video he uploaded, but now he's like,
pissed him off when I get 30 subs in last month.
Blatant hypocrisy. Like, a year ago,
spot on.
we thought, Shizzle on the right path, and now he's just like,
that's right. Keep on your fucking fantasy.
Again. Not even questioning anything. Not even just saying, oh, whatever, it's history now. Like, it doesn't work right though. You have no morals if you just are willing to give up on something so quickly. Like, after you see someone is bad and then are going back to them. Same with Crying Patrick. Okay, Crying Patrick used to see through Cox.
Isn't Nicola? Don't you do that all the time with Hello Man though? Aren't they currently in a fight?
I wouldn't know, honestly. I wouldn't know.
I want to say, I think Shizzle was saying some dumb shit to me the other day in comment section or something. I had no idea what he's talking about. And he was like, yeah, the evidence is there. Scotty agreed with Mike Truth. I'm like, I agreed that Mike Truth said. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because me and Mike Truth never got along. I agreed with Aaron that Mike Truth said that the Nom thing, which is clearly Aaron's not old enough to be a Nom, so it was obviously like a joke LARP. And I knew Aaron's real situation. You know what I'm saying? He was already doxxed, so I know it was bullshit. So Aaron climbing victimhood off Mike Truth, who was like a troll and would say horrible things about everyone, like really? This is your legitimate fucking...
butthurt rage-a-thon in the chat a long time.
Someone said something bad about me on the internet. Mike Truth said I was a nom. Which is actually, Aaron, if you were actually a nom, that would actually be more respectful.
That's what I said. I haven't seen this much butthurt projection rage-a-thon. It's been a
Coast
long time.
And Scott, I'm sure you said you took pilot lessons at one time, so I'm sure you probably know more than me about flying. Like, I asked him, what are the 6 primary gauges on an airplane? He was mentioning the fuel gauge. Like, any pilot knows that's not the primary gauge. Like, your fuel gauge is like, it's on the, usually I think on the Cessna it's on the left. That's not a I told him, name the 6 primary gauges. Okay, like, which are, obviously your airspeed indicator, your attitude indicator, your your vertical, you added the altimeter. That's the third one. Then it's your what else? See, a turn coordinator, your vertical, your heading indicator, and your vertical.
Sometimes I think these guys get so pissed off because I'm doing news stories about fucked up
tachometer and all that. That's not even primary. Like
because I'm not exposing their fucking large.
He couldn't even name that.
Because they need the fucking dirty cops out there so that way they can get their fucking...
We never was a pilot. He says he's not a pilot, but he's
Silicon Valley.
Airplane. That's where I called him out on. This guy's like such a liar, dude. Like, I don't know if it's a LARP he's doing because like anyone with basic knowledge would know that. Like Scotty, you said you asked him one time what a logbook is. He didn't even know that, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Aaron, I didn't really expect much out of Aaron, and also he was going to ad hom attacks right away, like. Before you could even get him to be like the temperature reader, I think was one of his answers. The temperature.
What temperature reader? I mean, there's your oil temperature, right? Your like which temperature? Which temperature?
Well, I mean,
thermostat.
He's obviously not instrument rated, you know.
He's not. He never will be though. Like he says he's disabled too. That's the other, which is also, I've seen his videos. He goes kayaking in the Grand Canyon, goes camping there. He's not disabled. It's just a LARP too. He says he's on disability. He's not on disability. He could have a job, but I really think that go on.
Oh no, I was just saying, he didn't claim he was in the special forces of the Coast Guard, but didn't he make it kind of seem like that? Like, yeah,
I think Doo-Doo Fed got locked up.
Do you know about that? Like, was it
that's
maybe
what he was just trying to do? And like,
Doo-Doo Fed got caught stalking a female with an underage child.
Special forces, like, do like special missions like prisoner extrication or raids. I know Air Force has them. Like Navy, obviously Navy SEALs, Air Force Special Forces, Army. I think it's Green Berets. So he's asking if Coast Guard, because Coast Guard, one thing with the Coast Guard is actually not under the Department of Defense. It's under the Department of Homeland Security because it's a law enforcement agency, and under the Constitution, DOD is not allowed to perform law enforcement. So I don't know if they would have a special. I'm sure they might have something, which is like for checking for drugs on like ships that are coming in. But it's irrelevant. He's just changing the question. It's not to the point. Like he's trying to say, oh, you don't know that about the Coast Guard. Well, Cox, I never served in the Coast Guard. Okay, I'm asked. You're falsely claiming that warrant officers could be pilots. So I showed on the website. I showed all the military branch websites that only the Army lets warrant officers be pilots, not the Coast Guard. So, and he made a video trying to debunk that, but then he took it down because he had no evidence. So, there's one other thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah, listen, motherfucker, cucking hands in the chat. Oh, he made a video about us. He made a video about this, about that.
That was like a solid
fucking YouTube.
minutes or 10 minutes.
People make videos on other people every damn day.
Incoherently, basically.
That's what he does all the time. Like,
but it's funny,
when I faced some Agent 19 show, he did the same thing, just talk over me, and then he was saying, you guys are, you're the one who watches. I pressed him on CMN, an Agent 19 show. What he tried to do is he tried to turn the tables around, saying, I don't defend CMN, I don't know CMN, you're the one who's watching his videos. But look at Cox. Look, Cox is the one who always is in his chat, always commenting favorably on him, saying, yes, CMN, you have nice keyboards, and calling me finding bench warmers or whatever. And look, CMN calls you finding bench warmers. It's Cox who made that nickname for me. So CMN just sees everything. Yeah, go on.
Dude, honestly, I thought that he might have spurred, but he would at least communicate.
Yeah, they're gonna find bench warmer. His fucking fantasy on the CMN again. Looped on the CMN. Yeah, spurs it out. That's all you fucking dumb fucks got. That's all you fucking got.
That any type of communication that's not him and endlessly
that's all they got.
If he were to
use deflection projection for the Predward Defense Force,
he's backed himself into a corner at this point. So it's hard to describe.
Man.
Okay, and look, Dreamcatcher's made a good point. So, the MSRTs and the Coast Guard elite, if he was in them, he would not have called them special forces. He would have used the MSRT.
It's been a long time.
There we go. So
this much.
He's not even familiar with your own branch
in the chat
using special. Wow. I know Air Force has special forces. Man. Yes, I know Air Force and that you have to be enlisted. So does the Navy, is obviously the SEALs. But yeah, look, he never was. Doesn't even know about his own branch. I
wonder if they're fucking pissed off that dropped that premiere earlier on.
I want to bring.
They say exposing the Predward Defense Force and say something. Maybe that's what they're pissed off about.
Aaron Cox is that they become so obsessed with the idea of being like this badass, like commando, like major general, that they don't even actually spend like the time necessary to actually familiarize themselves with what they're obsessed with.
Yeah, they don't. He's like, it's you know, Cox is, I don't even know if Cox is as dumb or it's a LARP, dude, because like, thing is, at this point, like, after 4 years, like, you know, there's like, Gandalf, you know when Cox came around our pocket, right? Do you remember, like, do you remember when he came around? Do you remember?
2019. Yeah, he was going to say 2018, but it was 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, I know exactly what happened to Cox. Like, I'm sure you guys remember when the fight with Renee and Yaxley was going on, like, you know, in 2019, and like, you know, that's another story. I'm not going to get the details about that. Like, Renee and Yaxley were fighting Fellow Man and OJM. You know, Cox just came out of nowhere. He just started making videos on FM and OJ. He just out of nowhere he came, and then, you know, we had no idea who he was until he was making videos on FM and OJ. We had no idea who he was, and then all of a sudden he came out of nowhere and he just jumped on Yaxley and Renee's side, saying, "Yes, I'm going to help you guys fight FM and OJM. I'll help provide intel. I'm a former Coast Guard veteran." So, you know, so that's where he came about.
Now that rings a bell. Okay.
No, that's
so
what
it's
you
like
guys
literally,
are doing.
It was like March of 2000.
No, I can identify that story and say that I was around.
Yeah, you gotta prop it up so you get your fucking clout in your.
No, it started in 2018, but then the fight happened.
I gotta do it up for my.
That was March 2019. The Renee Yaxley thing, March 2019. That's when it starts. I remember that whole.
I don't know. I think it might have been late 2018. Winter.
No, the fight. No, I'm pretty good. Well, Gandalf, you remember we were friendly with Yaxley and Renee at one time. It was in March of 2019 where, you know, we found out that they're both psychotic from that day.
But like there was like a period like in 2018. It was like the winter of 2018. Maybe like November, December-ish kind of period of time where everyone was really low.
Well, okay, I will admit I wasn't around the pocket at that time, so I wouldn't know. But,
no, things were still okay at that point. There was Yaxley was fighting with Caden Domingo. But,
oh yeah, I remember that. No, that was with him over being because Yaxley claimed to be
you remember it was really no.
Who's
that other guy that used to stream?
It might have been December. It might have been December, but it was late. It would have been late.
Yeah.
If it was.
Who was it? It was a ghost in the prison. That was the. You're a ghost. I think
he was around last night, Kim said.
Yeah, but see, like, Yaxley was like, yeah, I think it was Cade and Domingo, they were pressing Yaxley on this. Yaxley, like, you know, like Cox claimed to be a pilot. Yaxley was claiming he was an aerospace engineer, right?
Right.
For, I think
they got something in common.
Yeah, they both, yeah. It's like, so yeah, Yaxley was claiming he was an aerospace engineer for, I think for he never said what company he worked for. He said he worked on, you know, on airplanes before they leave the factory, they're unpainted. They don't have their livery painted on, right? They just have this like blue unpainted coating on them. So like, you know, Yaxley said he worked in a commercial airplane factory, right? But, you know, there's the one problem with that. Like, you know, we found out there is no, like, the main primary airplane manufacturer in Europe, Airbus, they don't have a factory in the United Kingdom, which produce, like, they make the wings on some of the airplanes, but they don't actually have, like, an assembly line there. Assembly line for Airbus, and they have one in Spain, one in France, and one in Germany. So that debunks that. Yaxley never worked there, but... Yeah, Yaxley was claiming, and, you know, Domingo and Cave were pressing him on that, and then, you know,
his mom go on with him on stream and say that
Yaxley claimed so many false things. He said he lived in a man, like this, you know, he also said he drove an Audi also at one time, and, you know, like, to prove that, I think he showed a picture of, like, a hearse, like, it was like Audi A6, but it was a hearse, like, you know, for carrying.
Who was in the stream that was there when Yaxley was like buddies with this other guy from the United Kingdom, right? And Cade and Domingo were in the chat.
Banksy. MK Ultra.
Banksy, that's it. And like, I don't know what exactly happened, like, but one or two of them were able to like join Banksy's. So okay, eventually, Yaxley leaves. Banksy allows Domingo and Cade to join, and then Banksy leaves, and then Cade and Domingo had like control
You guys are fucking.
They had control of Banksy's streams, and fucking like I've never seen anybody like lose it more than Yaxley did at that point. Man, I think that when Cade and Domingo did that, and I think it was like Cade said that he used to be the king of the castle, referring to Yaxley, but now they kicked him out of the castle, and he's now like a pauper in the streets, like begging at the castle gates, like to be let back in. And I think like when Cade and Domingo did that, like Yaxley something just snapped in his brain. Like,
yeah, dude. Well, yeah, dude. The thing about Yaxley is he always wanted to be the center of the pocket, right? Like he just couldn't take that someone else in the pocket was getting more attention than him. And that's why he just snapped. That's why he just lost it with Bellman and OJM. That's why he just decided. And, I think like what happened is, I don't want to give too many detail. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think Yaxley had something for Renee at the time, right? And he was upset that, someone else, OGM was like, OGM and Renee were talking at the time. So that drove him nuts. That drove him so much nuts that he was so like that. I think that's what really just made him snap. I think that's, and then he just snapped over that. He just lost it. And then I think the other thing I don't want to go on and get Gandalf.
Legit, I think it like mind broke Yaxley, because like after that Yaxley was like on like the warpath. He was like he saw that like it was like such a slight against him that like he had to like spurred out and like retaliate. He had to try and dig up information on everybody around him. Like fucking lost his mind, man.
And that's when Cox jumped into the pocket. That's when Cox jumped. He promised Yaxley, I'll help you gather intel for you and all that.
He's a TV.
That's really how Cox. It's because of that. That's why Cox is in the pocket. I haven't seen Yaxley in a while, and
No, Yaxley streamed last night, or yesterday at some point. Yaxley did.
He's not. I don't really take him seriously anymore. He's like a broken. Like honestly, because after what Moser did to him, he just broke his whole identity's out there now. So he has like. It's been proven he never was an aerospace engineer. He never. So like he's done. I mean, he's just. I don't even take him seriously anymore. It's like it's like he's laughable at this point. Okay, like at this point, he's laughable.
I don't know why he's so angry still, man. It's been years, and he's just like butthurt to beyond belief, man.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, yeah, he's always gonna be mad about it, dude. He just has nothing. He failed his own life, dude. I hate to say it, that's what it seems like, dude. He probably failed his own life, and that's. I think again, we've talked about this for years, dude. This is what like the modern truth movement is, dude. It's really just a bunch of people. Like, I'm not. Most people in the chat are good. I'm not trying to target anyone specifically, but you see it like in the last like 5 years, like. That's all. A lot of these people, a lot of these like so-called truth channels, yes, they're just frustrated with their life, so they just come on here and be part of the conspiracy crowd just to feel relevant. Dude. That's really all it is. That's unfortunate, but that's what it's become. Like there is really no truth community anymore. That's really all it is.
Well, the whole like thing, the mentality I've noticed of like these like kinds of people, man, is like every single one of these people that like I've run into on YouTube over the years, like. Basically, like, say you get like 100 subscribers, okay, you're like, oh my god, like there's like 100 people willing to subscribe to me. Once you get to like 400 or 500, even if you're like just like a random nobody, like that gets to people's heads, like for some reason or not.
It's a popularity contest on here. That's what drove Yaxley insane, that his show was never taking off. So,
but like it's like this mentality where like if you have like say like 400 or 100 or say you got like 300 people that followed you, right? Like you think that your opinion matters to a point that like anybody who has like a contradictory opinion like yours, that they're like
man plows car to the police station while blasting like, welcome to the jungle. Oh my god, we definitely do that.
That's why he snaps and like loses it. If you were to ever go into one of his streams,
I'm not even paying attention to fucking
contradictory
hoopty loop shit.
It's instant ban.
Good content,
dude. It's like Yeah, Jackson, Cox and I always say that's why I always lump these three people: Cox, CMN, Crying Patrick. This is what we're around to. Like even if Patrick, like, yeah, you remember we went on like Patrick, like, he had to shut down his whole channel because I think it was because of you, Gandalf. He shut down his channel because. You showed everyone that look, this guy Crying Patrick is claiming to work for the FBI. Claimed that
we'll do another mix.
This guy's surrounded by flat earth. All his buddies are flat earthers, Gandalf, and he never recovered from that, dude. Like, I really praise you, but you really like destroyed him after. He never recovered from the damage you did to him. Like, if you bring up flat earth,
fuck yeah, I think it was a
junior.
I got it.
There was like 5 or 6 people, like, and it was like they were doing exactly what Cox was just doing, where he was like spazzing out. Like I noticed this, like it's like a cultic personality, and like they hate like a contrary opinion entering their spheres. So
yeah, and this is one thing Patrick always does. He always likes to claim, "Oh, I just own you, Patrick." You embarrass yourself each time. You always like, because this is Patrick. Patrick's. Oh, you guys always say I cry. I don't shed one tear. Well, look, regardless if you're shedding tears or not crying, Patrick, you're just you're getting so upset.
Those fucking dumb fuckers don't
over a YouTube comment. Like literally, he's mad because J-Man criticizes singing. Just like, who cares, dude? Like, why are you even singing? Like, in my opinion, don't sing, don't put music on the internet. You're gonna get mad if people are gonna criticize you for it. So he got all mad over that. Then he started attacking everyone. This, oh, you guys are all bad news. And then look at him now. He's best friends with Cox. That just really shows how pathetic the guy is. Like, he's being best friends with Aaron Cox.
Another good one we'll do later on.
So, again, I interrupted you again. Go on.
I've been hearing about this last couple of days.
Gandalf?
So, yeah, we'll do that and we'll break it down later on.
He may have stepped away.
His mic is off. So. Yeah, but, like...
let's see what he's talking here.
Cox can't answer any questions about CMN. He's just... Okay, Gandalf says, be right back. Okay. Like, Cox can't answer anything about CMN.
Well, no, actually, all he does, he says, you guys are the ones that said she was 8.
Guys. You guys are crying about your
we never said that
you're saying they were 20. You're the one who said they were 20. It's better to say 8 than 20 when they're 14.
Videos are
like, 2 rolls don't make a right, and like, it's better to be on the safe side than the fucking not safe side.
Exactly, man. Like, all we were saying that, look, this is all we were saying that, look, this CMN guy who's made over 50 videos on me and hundreds more on, like, other people, like, look what he's watching. Look at what this guy is watching. And, like, we never said that. Like, I brought that up on Agent 19's show, right? I was showing that, look, this is what CMN's watching. And Cox is trying to say, oh, Finding Freedom, you're the one who's bringing it up. Why are you... Look, I'm trying to show the evidence, okay? Like... It's like you're in a court of law. We're just showing the evidence. That doesn't make you a bad person. You're showing the evidence.
Their channels out there probably have 100,000, and these motherfuckers so worried about me.
Katie was saying that those girls were in their in the early 20s. But look, we showed it. We never said they were 14 years old, and Cox is like saying, "Oh, it's fine," and CMN says, "Well, it's not a crime. I'm watching that." Like. Look, CMN, it's disturbing and it's creepy that you're doing that, okay, CMN? And he loves to say that everyone else. He used to call me an F.
Damn, funny bitch, well, you can't get me on your mind, can you?
I'm not going to say it.
I'm starting to wonder if I'm in your fucking head there, boy.
Posts all the time.
Geek knob.
Yeah, but, he's just projecting
you're going,
I'm going to
start building condos, casinos in your head, golf courses.
Projection. He's accusing me.
Maybe I'll plant a fucking railroad tracks.
He knows that he's a creep what he's watching. He's the one who...
I'm going.
Like, everything he accuses FM and me of or OJM of, it's really him. He's the one who's like the creep. He's the one who's watching all this disturbing stuff, and he's making he has accounts of underage, like the Roxy Foxy News account, Katie Brown, Amber Brady. He's impersonating other.
Over 2 hours,
he's impersonating underage.
I'm doing a lot more than just living rent free in his head.
Everyone knows it's him. Okay, he has the same bus route, all his transit and his police auditing stuff. So we all know it's him, and he has these accounts impersonating them. And Cox defends CMN despite all that.
I don't go to these motherfuckers, these losers.
And Cox is the only one that defends CMN.
They sure come to mind.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Dreamcatcher, sorry to interrupt, just to edify your point. He did the same thing with the 8-year-old. Oh, you said they're 8-year-old girls. He'll say the same thing with Beware Mouse. Oh, well, you guys supported Eric Spitfire with the suicide larp. Mark Connors. He can never take accountability. He always just passes the buck.
Okay, because here's the thing. I want to mention. I wanted to bring that the Eric Spitfire thing because here's the thing. I've spoken to Eric Spitfire once. I've been on his show one time, and that's it. I barely know the guy. I've been on his show one time.
Right now.
That's it. Like I don't know about any. Like I don't even know if he did. I don't know anything about any
checking out the shit right now, but
here's the thing,
because
he has a. I won't say his name, but he has a person in his chat who's
Spurgeon out there, ladies.
So he's just projecting there again. So it's and Cox loves to say we're projecting. He's the one who's projecting everything. Okay, like one other thing I needed to mention. He always accused. He always says me and FM are best friends with Flathead, right? Okay, and Flathead was he says Flathead
order.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Flathead is the one who called out Beware Mouse. Okay, yes, first Beware Mouse. Flathead probably thought that, Beware Mouse is just some homeless guy in Colorado suffering. But once he saw it, Flathead was one of the primary, Flathead is the one person who called out Beware Mouse. He said that this guy's
Yes, and that's what I made that point to Shizzle, that the big evidence that Aaron had to make the Brady Bill violation, which he never proved, he brought up the Flathead thing, which didn't make sense to me because I remember him going after Aaron with FM and OJM and everybody. You were there and probably a bunch of others too. I was watching it. I wasn't necessarily maybe commenting, but I remember that shit happening for sure. So whatever. So my point was, Aaron, that guy was already out of there talking shit about Beware Mouse and you, Aaron. I saw it.
I'm surprised Philip has a rub.
You can lie and say it didn't happen, but I fucking remember.
I think she misses when her buns get rubbed.
Sorry. And I'm sure you
so it really just shows that, look, this guy's Cox is just doing damage control at this point. Like tonight, he couldn't do anything. He just tried talking over us, and that he knew he was on the losing end at this point. So he just bailed out. So he's just doing damage control. He's just repeating the same stuff again. And he accuses me of repeating stuff. Look, Cox, you just proved everything I was saying. Like about the pilot thing, he's saying I never claimed to be a pilot, but then he came up on here and said I flew classified airplanes. And then, so what is it then, Cox? It's definition of a pilot is someone who operates a fixed wing or rotor aircraft. That's what it is. So it's he just proved everything I was saying, and then CMN refuses to answer any questions about CMN because he
did say CMN was the first one out of there, but that's self-snitching because you weren't the first one out, Aaron. You let some special needs guy figure out Mouse before you.
Yeah, and here's the thing. And he always says, I put out the link to the Pierce County sheriff, right? But, here's the thing. I really think if they really see, if his local sheriff sees what he's doing, CMN's done for. Because, look, CMN, what he's doing, he's hanging around public schools and all that. There's no defending that.
If he tried to around my karate school, I would fucking break his camera straight up and take the charge.
Yeah, I'm sure that people have been giving this guy the side eye when he's lurking outside of public schools filming with his camera phone.
Yeah. Well, he also admits to serving in he admits to being in jail though. He does have a record of having a DUI and an unlawful discharge of a firearm. So who knows what else he has.
It's actually worse than that, Gandalf, because people have taken issue with it.
Boy.
And then you haven't seen the video?
That's with me tonight. Holy mackerel.
He's I'm journalism.
I'm not gay like you are. I'm swinging that way.
Oh my God.
I'm a fucking chick and I like older chicks. # motorboating.
He said that in the chat too.
Gandalf, I'm sure you've seen it, where he says, he tries to say, hey guy, I'm for a story. I'm a journalist.
No, man, I haven't seen that.
Dude, yeah, I'm pretty sure I shared it with you. They said, dude, you're on private property, dude. And then it's on here. It's there.
It's my story.
You want me? Let me play it. I'll play it, actually.
Oh, my God.
Bye, Kim. Come back if you want. Kim's going to come back. Okay.
It's here. I'm sure. Where is that? Gold Creek.
We definitely played I'm a journalism before.
You want to know what's seriously bizarre about CMN though is that we went into his channel and we were starting to look for old videos from years ago.
Doubles.
He seems like he was almost a normal person, maybe 5, 7, 8 years ago or something like that. But then, I don't know what happened to him. It's he completely
Keith
snapped.
Jones
got his head bashed in like for creeping out.
Executive for the flight. So
at some
looks like this is
school or
going to
something.
be
Who knows?
Jim
But, like,
Jackson. I'm sure
he's like deteriorated into like some kind of like village idiot from like medieval times.
I blame Aaron. Aaron's coaching. You watch him. Domingo's like, who the fuck is this guy? Why has he got FM and OJM's name in the title? It's kind of similar to what Finding Freedom said. And he threw me the link. I'm like, I don't know. But I started, he just parrots everything Aaron says. And over the years, it's gotten worse and worse. So here we are.
Well, we don't even know. There's like, go on, Gandalf.
It's like he's groomed this fucking mentally handicapped person into like being this like attack dog for him or something like that. The guy,
dude, I think it's really like this. I think because like this is what Cox claims he met CMN in the police audit community. That's where they met each other, right? And
oh my god,
I'm sure both of you know that police audit communities they don't really expose anything. They're just full of creeps. The whole community's full of like creeps and weirdos. Okay, like that's why they do it. So. That's where they met, and really, I think Cox, what he does try to recruit people who are like compromised and that are too dumb to question orders. That's who Cox literally looks for. People who are too dumb to question orders because, and then look, CMN does it. The CMN is like, I don't know what Cox is giving him, but like, it's almost like they're boyfriends or something, but yeah, CMN just try and impress Cox, so he just keeps on making videos on people that Cox tell, like Cox make a video on FM and OG, because we didn't even know we had no idea who CMN was until like 2021. But FM saw that he was making videos.
You sound like you have some very
really me. I mean, I don't think Cox told him to make videos on the idea. Like, go on,
I know you have fragile their feet piece, but damn.
Yeah, like,
dude.
Who the fuck is this guy of absolute nowhere?
You really have some fragile feet, and you get all bent when I fucking expose dirty fucked up Cox.
Person that I guess
I know why, because he supports the cops singing, he's putting old cops and good cops. He probably shines their boots and fucking he probably washes their uniforms when they get done with their shit.
And he dragged his ass into our sphere. Like it's like he needed somebody that was on his side. It didn't matter who it was. Like, so he literally, the only person that he could find that could hang out with him, because Mouse, I don't know whatever happened to Mouse. But
Mouse, Cox had to dump. Well, just to clarify, Cox had to dump Mouse because it was becoming so much of a liability to him. So he had to like.
It's pretty obvious. All these motherfuckers losers in chat. They want me swat so fucking bad, and they're just itching for it, man. They're jonesing for it. They want it so fucking bad.
I guess even for liability.
And like, here's the thing, Cox will throw CMN under a bus, like when it comes to much.
Fail on it. That fucking audio for 5 years I don't care.
He always accused of Finding Freedom FM. You guys are the two people that accuse me of. He says, Finding Freedom, you're the primary one. You're CMN's biggest fan. You watch all his videos. Well, I'm not a fan of CMN, okay? Look. He's making videos with my username.
Keep going up. He-miss. Come on.
I don't see
what'd you say, CMN? Say that fast 12 times.
I don't, like, CMN is the only one I know that's like, I don't care what other people say, but CMN keeps on making videos.
Fuck yeah. Rub your bunny.
I have a right to see what he's saying on the lies and slander he's saying.
So, Pencil Neck Geekball, what was yours? I want CMN arrested. I want him to face a life with that Pope sends. Your wishes, not my command.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I can
please try again.
You're good.
I was like, fuck, what the hell now?
I thought you were the two-bear. I thought you were supposed to be command. Bitch, get a fucking GD.
Divorce or abuse, mentally handicapped. Like, that has to be a loss.
He said, I'm the two-bear, motherfucker.
Coincidentally, he called the ADA. Aaron called the ADA on someone. Really, he should be fucking investigated.
Do you remember CMN also, like Gandalf? You remember that CMN said he was going to file an FBI report on? He said he'd already got the paperwork filled out for reporting Gandalf. You remember that, Gandalf?
Yeah. So, like, I hadn't ever talked to this guy before, and I saw him making all these fucking videos. I went into his YouTube video with some really strongly legally coded words. More or less, just all I said to him was, your activities are being monitored by our community, and you're in violation of
this
several
is so fucking funny, man. I'm laugh my ass off.
This is
fucking hilarious. Like people thought Aaron got mad. No, Aaron was fucking blasting.
And then I left a couple other comments that were similar to that.
Man, this is
fucking
dude. This is too fucking funny. This is so rich.
Block me on whatever channels, and then like.
Yeah, it's still rich. I have to document this. This is my finding. I'm pouring the news right here.
He said he had the documented paperwork for reporting you to the FBI. Remember?
And then I explained to him clearly that the FBI has no jurisdiction.
Wow.
Jurisdiction in Canada. He just fucking something about that. I don't know.
I have never seen this much row rate butt hurt beefies in my life.
Threats are fucking bullshit. I don't care.
Dude, I don't think he what can he do? All you did was say, look, you are, and he is in violation of YouTube community guidelines. Stuff he's posting, cyber stalking other people, posting videos of underage, the video he posted a video of 2 underage homosexual boys.
Wow,
that's, in my opinion, that's child pornography. I have to say, I'm just gonna say it. What CMN's posted.
That's so he did okay. Because I go on 4chan.
Oh, good, look, reindeer. Beep, it'll be here.
It's a genre of porn. Called
Eat my rubber,
it's like young, underage.
Speaking of that, let's check this out.
Porn, basically.
Yeah. Look, reindeer.
It's like CM. That's the kind of stuff CMN watches. Like, go on, Gandalf. Go on.
Yeah, that kind of shit. That's like. Do you guys remember a guy called Milo Yiannopoulos?
Yes, he was I think he was gay, right? He was part of Breitbart News or something. Yeah.
He was the guy who was always talking about twinks, and you look into it, and that's young, underage boys, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a huge Trump supporter.
I remember.
There's fucking huge overlap.
He got in trouble with Kanye and Nick Fuentes recently. He kind of put himself back into trouble again. Not too recently, but sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was fucking so strange. All of those guys, they're all into, if you look into the Nick Fuentes community, they're all into twinks.
I don't want to play this one. This one's too good. This is hilarious.
They're obsessed with it. So he's clearly aware of these things, or he's into it.
Dude, that's what he watches. It's seriously, we don't even know. I always say, we don't even know what he watches behind the scenes, though. This is just what we see on his YouTube channels. Who knows what he's watching, behind the scenes? That's why I say, I'm at the point, I'm at the point they need to get a SWAT team to his house and just investigate what's going on.
Yeah, they need to look through his hard drive. Is what they need to do.
They need to. I really think what he's doing, they should just get a warrant.
Look at that, man. You're still.
I don't think his local sheriff knows everything yet. So somebody did say CMN does claim in October 2022 that someone reported it. Okay, somebody reported it.
I'm pretty sure he has been reported. Somebody, I don't know who.
Yeah, but I don't think they've really seen. I don't think because to actually investigate someone, you have to get a warrant to actually see someone's computer. But they haven't really. I don't think anyone's actually once someone.
I don't know how it's not grounds to see somebody's computer when they're lurking outside of fucking public schools with kids and they're filming children leaving.
It's American justice, innocent until proven guilty. So it's in order to, the court needs to get. You need to get his sheriff or his police department, they need to get a warrant from a court to do.
Isn't that probable cause though?
I guess it could be if they see it once they realize that what he's doing. Yeah, it might be probable cause, but I think the video he posted of the two underage boys, I think that's probably his probable cause. He's watching that. He's also stalking. He was also there was another thing. He was stalking a Ukrainian family too, I think. They also were threatening legal action against him, and then there's another family he's stalking. So I think they should get they really should get a SWAT team into his house. I'm not trying to encourage violence against anyone, but he needs there needs to be a SWAT team in his house.
Yeah, I saw a video where he had a young girl, looked like a Brazilian descent. I can't quantify how old she is, but it looks clearly too young to be objectifying this video.
Dude, we were talking about this being Finding Freedom last night, man. That he always brings up a certain age range, and it's always between 8 years old and 12 years old. He always talks about those ages. That's his thing. it's like projection basically. So he'll say that, it's projection basically. So he'll tie on like accusations to people.
Oh, look at the shot! It's Larpy. What was his son?
Favorited videos on his. Did he ever take down all those videos that he favorited of like little kids? Like,
no, that's still there. On his Katie Brown channel. No, that's still there. He never took that down. It's still there. Like,
he never took any of the little kid videos down.
No, they're still in his playlist. And yeah, that's like I said, that's just in his playlist, dude. Who knows what else he's watching behind the scenes? That's the scary part. That's just on his YouTube playlist.
Jesus.
So like, like I've never met anyone like this. This is probably the biggest creep I've met on like by far.
No, he's up there for me at this point. Like after dealing with him for like 7-8 months now, or almost a year, I think he's like legitimately the most disturbed person I've run into. There might be one or two other, but King 9 was another guy. Fucking freak show.
Oh, dude. King 9 was in Cox's chat yesterday, though. King 9 was there in Cox's chat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, Kim and Cox are also good friends. Yeah, King 9 was in Cox's chat yesterday, so.
That guy needs to. Oh my god, dude, that guy used to lurk outside. Like, he used to, like, squat in, like, a guy's house, a hoarder's house, and he was a hoarder himself. And this old man was trying to get him out of his house, and he would, like, legit, like, walk around, like, when the guy's, like, passed out and, like, stand over the guy sleeping. Like, the guy's fucked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, King 9 is up there with Cox, or CNN, but, like, nowhere near, like, as mentally handicapped. He's just fucking off the fucker, dude.
But CNN, like, CMN's also CMN's like in his 40s. He's like 42, I think, or something. And here's the other thing about CMN. He lives in his mom's, like literally, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, you know, Gaxley lives with his mom or whatever, but CMN lives in his mom's basement.
Oh my God, here he goes.
He
literally lives
finding
basement.
God. His mom's basement.
He just keeps
going, you see the videos of his basement, dude, it's filthy. There's mold on the ceiling. Like, the lights are broken there. Like, the guy lives filthy, and the other thing is he has a cat. He has a pet cat too. Like, and he lets his cat live in filth. Like, that's
dude, benchwarmer, man. Are you that fucking that pissed off and
his cat, like CMN's cat lives in filth.
My God, bro. Go see some
the other thing
is
CMN. Like, that's the other thing CMN. Like, he has like these these old keyboards from like 2001. Right, that you probably got off eBay. Like, he plays them like a child. Like, he like just randomly presses the keys and like makes songs. He makes songs on his enemies. Like, literally, he plays it like a child.
You go with the bad two different tracks at the same time.
I like the hammer shake Tanuki. That's one of my favorites.
Exactly, man.
Do you guys remember some?
We may come to Hammer someday. Play on the every level.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you remember? What does this remind you of? Do you remember what happened just in Woolley? He used to live in his mom's basement there in Cobb County, Georgia.
The nunchucks and shit, right?
Yeah, what happened to Woolley, man? Look what happened to Woolley.
I was saying a few weeks ago, I was like, CMN's getting more derailed. They're like, rah, like getting crazy and getting.
Oh my God, loop, my God.
So I was like, this is a new type of CMN, because we kind of see him slowly boil. And now he's even like, Scotty, I'm knocking you the fuck out.
Defense board.
He's threatening me.
You see his body. You see that bottle smashing video where he's like actually like he's like.
I didn't get one. I wish he smashed one for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he smashed one.
Did you see the most recent? Do you see the new?
Yeah, I saw the recent one. Yes, he did it again. Yes, he did it again. For FM, and I forget who's the other guy did it for. I think.
Unlike some of these motherfuckers, at least I have a job. I go to work.
And Larpy.
I make my money.
Welcome back, Larpy.
Plus, I can make my money, take my chick out. And unlike Scotty, I don't entertain motherfuckers.
Mad at North Sac Maniac.
I take my chick out. All my
and he was throwing bottles on the street, and then like.
Scotty, he had to entertain the cops team in with his girlfriend Beatrice. My God,
you know, throwing beer, but even he lied to the cops too. Like, he's lying. Like, he's literally
I appreciate you for bringing me and Aaron to your girl, your Beatrice, and your date there, bro. Hey, you're ugly. Yeah, you should do that again more often, bro. Thanks for sharing your chick with us.
He's like literally showing. He's trying to everyone they like
sad.
like literally.
You can get a grown-ass man sharing his shake with another dude? What the fuck?
Show up out of nowhere, like, you guys remember...
Yeah, you had dinner with Beach and you better kick him in the cock. And next thing you could make Beecher's breakfast in bed, but no, you better kick with the semen on the premiere.
The guy that was offering like the $10,000 reward for
yeah, Scotty was smart. He should go find a fucking phone number at the Glory Hole truck stop.
Or something like that.
Wolfgang Halbin?
He's associated with Wolfgang. Fuck, what the hell's the name of that crazy motherfucker, man? Like, he used to hang out with this lady called, like, Conspiracy Granny, I think. Fuck, I gotta look this guy up, man. But yeah, like, these guys, like, they come out of nowhere, like, and they're fucking snap mentally. Like, I remember, like, this fucking guy, like, I started commenting on his videos because this is back when, like, the whole crisis actor thing was really big, before, like, the YouTube crackdown on the whole community of people talking about this kind of stuff. And I remember he started saying that, like, basically nothing is real. Like, he started saying that, like, balloon crashes are fake. Like, he started talking about bus crashes being fake. Like, there was, like, this school bus crash somewhere in, like, fucking Tennessee or something, and he was convinced that it was fake. And, like, I started, like, really being, like, kind of, like, put off, like, starting to wonder, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, do these people believe this shit? Like, is this, like, real? Like, are these people actually just fucking insane? And I remember once I said that to him, like, he fucking went off the hinges, man, and he fucking lost his mind. Like, he just went crazy.
Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what really it's on here these days. Like, people who just believe in absolute, like, dude, you can claim any, like, dude, there's a guy, like, there's people who, like, Gamel, do you know a jungle surfer? Do you know a jungle surfer, Gamel? You know a jungle surfer?
Oh, yeah, I still follow that guy.
Yeah, dude, like, he was claiming stuff like that, like, submarines are a hoax, like, aircraft carriers are a hoax, like, B-2 bombers are a hoax, like, stuff like that, Antarctica.
Yeah, now they're saying, now there's all these...
You see them too.
Legit, now there's all these people saying that dinosaurs are a hoax.
Well, that's been around for a while, though. It's like, that's not a new theory. That's
what about nukes? What do you guys think about Shizzle's going full nukes are fake, or maybe not full? He's question mark. Diddy Bravo.
Dude, that Shizzle guy fucking gives me the creeps, man. I don't know what it is.
The thing about Shizzle, dude, is that he'll just be, he wants to play neutral and he wants to try to be everybody's friend, but it doesn't work that way. It's like, you know, at one point, like, this was last year, it was like August of last year, he was like, when FM made the video on CMN, right? He was like questions, like, dude, CMN, what was with you saying that about those two girls? Like, it's really disturbing, but look, now he's best friends with Cox and CMN again. So the guy's just like, I don't know, dude. The guy's just, I don't know if he's just wasted or whatever, dude. He just wants friends on here, dude. He'll just do whatever he needs to do to get along. That's it. So, like, you know,
I think, like, certain types of insanity, certain types of these people gravitate to one another. So, like, these people clearly vibe with each other to a certain extent. Like, from what I've seen, like CMN, Cox, Shizzle, like, these people are fucking deranged. Like,
yeah. This is another guy that you met. Do you know what's truth, Gamble? Do you know what's truth?
I've heard of
you were talking about what's truth. That was the guy with the freaking fake disabilities LARP thing going on earlier.
No, this is what happened. What's truth? Like, he was caught watching, like.
Hold on, I want to say we did not play the CP in the search history, which does exist. And just because I've got panel guests, you're off the hook for now. But, you know, back on the menu later. What's truth? Sorry, continue.
But here's the thing with you. You know, what's truth is also one of Cox's best friends. Like, if you go in Cox's chat, you always see what's, like, the two people you see in Cox's chat the most are What's Truth and Crying Patrick. Those are two people you see the most. So, this What's Truth guy, dude, like, he was caught watching, like, disturbing stuff on the internet. Do you know what he did when he was caught? You know what he did?
What?
He self-flagellated himself. That's what he did. Like, live. Like he took like he started whipping himself live, like trying to like.
Oh my god!
It's
like something out of like the fucking medieval ages or something, man.
Yeah, dude, but that's what he was doing.
Apparently, in front of his kids, we were showing the edited out part where he was freaking out his kids doing it. So
yeah, he was like, that guy's messed up. He literally took his shirt off and was self-flagellating himself live.
Scoop, who the fuck is that guy that you were posting the clips or the videos of?
That's the guy we're talking about.
Wait, what's his name?
What's Truth? His real name?
Oh,
he's a flat earth. Yeah, he's.
Oh my god! I
know what happened with Zero. I heard there was some allegation with Zero. Who was talking about that?
Zero. Okay, yeah. So like Zero said something to him, and the guy fucking like put up this video, and like it's like the face of like a fucking lunatic, man. Like the guy's like off his fucking meds. I don't know what the hell that guy is up to, man. Like,
dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like this whole Cox recruits creep. He literally recruits creeps to be around him. That's what Cox recruits. Like he got CNN around him.
Yeah, he's like searching for mentally handicapped people or something.
Yeah, dude, and they're mostly like two communities. He finds these people in this police audit community and this predator poaching community. Those are two communities he usually. And both those communities are full of creeps. Like it's just mostly that's what it is. And those are people that Cox looks for to recruit. Like they're too dumb to question orders. Cox knows what CMN's posting. He just wants someone who's just too dumb to question orders. That's it. So and there's another guy that Cox, I don't know much about him, but I forget his name. That this one guy who's like convicted murderer that Cox is now best friends with has his chat down. Like
yeah,
John,
I know the guy. John Davis.
Yeah, John Davis. That's it.
Oh my god.
He like murdered someone at a gas station, and like I think he got off on he's on like parole or something. But yeah, this is another one of Cox's best friends. Like.
Yeah, he somehow got manslaughter, but hearing his story, the guy was unarmed. He shot him in the back. The guy had some sort of issue with him and his wife. So he guy went on the offensive, ran up on him in a car, like vehicular, like attempting to do vehicular manslaughter. So if the guy did pull, he would have had an excuse with somebody driving up aggressively like that. Secondly, he wasn't even pulling. They couldn't find a murder or a gun, and they shot him. And then Aaron's friend was like, "He wasn't shot in the back. He was shot in the ass." I'm like, well, that's one way to say the posterior chain, like, kind of sticks to the back.
That's no different than his argument of saying the girls weren't 8, they were 14. You guys are wrong. That's the same.
Exactly. But it was some older stroke lady. No, legit. Like she had stroke allegedly. But Jen A. We call her Jen A.
Yeah, dude. It just shows, dude, that these are the kind of people that Cox is around. And there's one other person I want to mention. Like, Authority Check is another. There's this other guy named Authority Check is another.
Oh, that sounds like a stereotypical cop watch or something in that spirit.
I think Aaron was doxing him today. And like, look, this person's. And he's like posting a video and then like doxing. And he's like, oh, he victimized the guy. And even if you realize by accident that you doxed him, you would probably either shut up about it or like take it down, or you could just by saying like, oh, that's the dox. Like, I probably wouldn't even look. But the second he's like, oh, they're doxing here, it kind of makes you.
You guys, like, I've seen something similar to this in like real life. Okay, like at Occupy Bay Street. So like when Occupy Wall Street was going on. There was also up in Toronto, or down in Toronto for me, there was this thing called Occupy Bay Street. And what I noticed was, like, after, like, maybe a week or two, cops, like, we would see, like, cop cars dropping off people, like, homeless people at Occupy Bay Street. And they started dropping these people off, like, almost daily, and to the point where, like, 20% of the people at Occupy Bay Street were like homeless or like fucking crazy people. And that's when the whole thing fizzled out and everyone got the fuck out of Occupy Bay Street and went home. Is when the cops started like rounding up fucking homeless, insane people and just dropping them off at Occupy Bay Street. And literally, like, it's like, I think it like operates like whatever this tactic is, like that, like, whoever the fuck is fucking around managing YouTube, like behind the scenes, like I think that they auto-filter like insane fucking lunatics into this side of YouTube. Like,
yeah, well, dude, that's what this flatter. That's what, like that Crying Patrick guy. Like, look who he was like. Because I remember when Crying Patrick came around, he was like saying, "Oh, I'm an FBI agent. I'm gonna," and like. I don't mean to change the subject, but I just need to bring up Crying Patrick. You know, Crying Patrick claims. Like, he claims he has, like, equipment which is capable of finding anyone's, like, identifying anyone on here. Like, he says that, because he said this, and it was, like, in September 2021, he said that, all right, you know, I used to work for the FBI. I'm going to find out all of you. I'm going to get all your information and put it out there, right? You know, it's been 2 years. He's still yet to dox anyone. Because he was pressed on this. He was asking, like, who have you ever doxed? He's like, and this time, you know, he was still fighting with Cox, right? He was saying, oh, I've literally doxed Aaron Cox and Tony Miranda. Well, it's not really doxing someone. Those two people already put out their first and last name. That's not really a doxing. So, you know, we called him out because, look, I'm anonymous still here. Fellowman's anonymous. Gandalf, you're anonymous. Scotty, you're anonymous. So, he hasn't doxed anyone.
I'm not so anonymous, but that's fine. Sorry.
Well, I don't know what you think. But, you know, it's like, you know, you can't claim to dox someone if you already have their first and last names. Like, they already put, and then Coxie admitted, was like, well, Cox already put himself out there. And, like, you know, Patrick admitted that, look, you don't have a dox machine. And now this is what he claims of. Patrick says that I already have your dox fighting freedom. I just don't want to put it out because I'm a good man. I have morals. So it's like, listen, I told, look, Patrick, I'm criticizing you right now. I'm saying your singing sucks, dude. I'm saying you're a liar, dude. You're pathetic. Put out my dox. Come on, do it. Do it. I told him, put it out, and he won't do it. So, like, the guy's a liar. The guy's such a pathetic liar. Like, I don't know who's a bigger liar, Cox, Seaman, or Patrick, but, you know, the guy's that pathetic, dude. Like, and like, you know, the thing is, dude, like, this is why he had to take his original channel down, because Gandalf, right here again, you went on his channel and you showed everyone that, look, this guy's, look at all his friends. All his friends are flat earthers, dude. He just, like, that's literally his whole panel and chat room was all flat earthers, dude. And, like, you know, just, and, like, you know, Patrick claimed to be an FBI agent. He couldn't even figure out it was Gandalf. Gandalf was talking in a British accent, so.
Like, it's like these guys get driven so nuts by, like, any contrary, like, opinions. Like, one thing that, like, I always felt was so, like, obvious about the whole flat earth thing was, like, how it was such, like, an astroturf fucking operation from the get-go. Like, by the end of 2015, or maybe it was like early 2016, there was already like a dozen videos that were up on YouTube of people who had like looked into the whole flat earth thing, and it was exposed that the whole thing was fucking bots. Like, it was 90% bots in the early days posting flat earth proofs, spamming comment sections. But then the whole QAnon thing came out just after that, and that was like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And what you'll notice is there's huge overlap between the flat earthers and the Q-tard fucking flock.
And you know, I always say that's what really destroyed the original. I always say this: what destroyed the original truth movement was, yes, it was in 2015. What really put it in the coffin was, yes, flat Earth is like. Here's the thing about flat Earth. You know, if you remember all the original, like the big flat Earth channels from 2000, like the big ones, right? The big ones were like Eric DeBay, Jaronism, Mark Sargent, John LeBon, Russian Bids, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. Who else was there? Flat Earth, Other Hot Potatoes, Mr. Thrive and Survive, the NASA channel. You know, the guy who was the MTV actor, like not the official NASA channel. There's a channel called the NASA channel that was the Matt Carolyn, who was like a B-grade MTV actor, like. All these channels, they came about in like February 2015. All of a sudden, flat Earth just blew up. It just dominated the whole truth movement on YouTube. So, And then, yeah, I would say what really destroyed the original truth was when Donald Trump went on Alex Jones's show. Like, because, you know, like I always say this, prior to Donald Trump, the truth movement was mostly like a nonpartisan thing. Like, you know, it didn't matter if you were liberal, you were conservative, you were libertarian, you believed in less government, you believed in socialism, believed in universal health care, you know, whatever you believed in, you know, whatever financial system you believed in less like constitutional government. It wasn't really like, there was no fight about it. Everyone was just here, hey, we're all here to learn the truth. We both realize both the Democratic and the Republican Party are corrupt and that we're just a grassroots movement. When Donald Trump went on Alex Jones, like, that literally turned the truth movement into like a left versus right paradigm. Like, it became like a conservative versus liberal movement, essentially. It's like, oh, it's all the liberals that are bad, but they don't realize, like, you know, here's the thing, like, I want everyone to realize, like, literally the Republican Party that Trump is a part is the same party that voted for the Patriot Act, voted to get us into Iraq and Afghanistan. And yeah, that was a party of George W. Bush too, I don't think anyone here, I think everyone agrees that George W. Bush was a total, you know, puppet. So, you know, but when Trump came, it's like, all of a sudden, to be a truther, you have to be a Trump supporting Republican now. It's like, and I always say, like, you know, this is the same Republican Party that passed the Patriot Act. Like, Gandalf, you know what I mean. Talk about this.
Oh my God, man. Oh, it's mental, dude. Like, you know, I would always I think like in 2016, I was kind of like optimistic about Trump because like I'm like a hardcore like Lincolnian protectionist. Like, I guess that's like one way of putting it. Like, basically, like, is what that means is basically like I'm in favor of like domestic industry over free trade. So like a country should be self-sufficient. So like it shouldn't be dependent on any other nation for anything. Like be it food, technology, machinery. And that was kind of like the doctrine of like the entire history of the United States. And I think like because Trump was like using protectionist talking points, like I was like in 2016, I was like, okay, well, this guy's clearly a fucking narcissist lunatic, but like if he implements some kind of protectionist policies, maybe in Canada those types of things would be implemented as well. You know what I mean? But like I'd say it was like maybe 2 months into Trump, I was like completely on board with the idea that like the guy that basically hoodwinked everyone.
Yeah, well, you know, I always say this. This is what I always say about Donald Trump. He was there to make the conservative, make populism look bad, essentially. Like, you know, Trump actually, see, it's like everything Trump is saying, like, you know, see, this is what Trump does. He'll say something outrageous, right? That gets the left all agitated. Oh, look, Trump is saying this. He's a racist and all that. But he'll do it just enough just to keep his right-wing base under his wing. That's it. It's like, it's there to make it look, it's there to make populism look, make populist opinions look bad. That was the whole, Donald Trump was essentially just a more popular version of Alex Jones. That's all I say. He was just there to make it look bad. Like Donald Trump recently just said, oh, he thinks Mark Milley, who was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Trump said he should be executed. Trump said that he should be executed. Of course, Trump said that, and that made Trump look like a fool of himself. And that's the whole point. Trump is trying.
He said that his former Joint Chiefs of Staff should be executed.
Yes, he said that. Mark Milley. He said that. Trump said that Mark Milley should be executed.
Oh my God, man!
And it's like I don't think Trump. I think that. I think Trump knows Trump is. I think Trump is controlled opposition 100%. I think Trump said that just to look bad. He wants to make a fool of himself. He's being told, somebody probably told, listen, Trump, go out. I don't think Trump is as stupid as he portrays himself to be, dude. He just trying to make a fool of himself, just like Alex Jones did all the time. When Alex Jones went on Piers Morgan. So it's there to look bad. That's the. Yes, Gandalf. Go on, Gandalf.
Well, you know, I got some wacky theories, you know what I mean? I'd say probably other than the whole Bigfoot thing is, my wackiest, conspiracy that, I ascribe to be that they were feeding George W. Bush Jr. LSD in micro amounts into the White House water supply the entire time he was president. I think that probably explains Bush's entire fucking weird behavior during his time as president.
Yeah, and it was supposed like the whole point with Bush was that they wanted Bush to look at like this incompetent, like Republican president, didn't know what he's doing. So the whole point is that once Obama came into office, Obama can do whatever he wants and look like the hero. He saved us from this like this Bush who was really bad, this Bush president who he got us in Iraq and all that. But here's the thing, like you criticize Bush for Iraq and Afghanistan, but what did Obama do in Libya and Syria? All Obama did was with Libya. It was just a covert operation. He just funded the Libyan rebels rather than doing an all-out invasion like Bush did. But Obama did the same exact foreign policy that Bush did. So, but Obama looked like a hero because he looked like this intelligent, he's this intelligent black grassroots president who came out of nowhere and saved us from the evil of George W. Bush. That's the whole point. It's going on with Donald Trump too. Donald Trump, he did such a bad job, and now Joe Biden's here to save us. That's what they wanted to think. And that's why I think Donald Trump is the biggest asset to the powers that be.
Dude, you want to know what like the biggest like thing to me about Trump was like, other than like the whole protectionism talking points that was like the foundation of Trump. The secondary foundation of what Trump was saying he would do would be to enact some type of mass infrastructure plan for the United States, like a new
That's your own film, I'm not raging.
type work project.
I'm laughing, you guys.
Like Franklin Delano Roosevelt, right? And for 4 years, nothing happened. And then within 1 week of Biden becoming president, he enacted like $1 trillion infrastructure plan.
Infrastructure plans. A lot of infrastructure plans just like aid to like minority communities too. So.
Yeah, well, like of course, whatever Biden did was probably bullshit. Anyways, it was probably slush fund or money laundering, 90% of it. But still, the fact that Biden in 1 week did what Trump refused to do for 4 years after he said was his primary plan was infrastructure and protections policies. It proves that basically, like, it's beyond a farce at this point, like, everything politically. Like, it's
that's what people need to realize. Like, I really feel like there needs to be a legitimate, like, quote, like, new move, like, establishment. It has to be grassroots. Has to be not affiliated with no political party. Can't be Democrat, can't be Republican, can't be Libertarian or Green Party, or can't be labeled liberal or conservative. Just has to be a grassroots movement, just independent grassroots movement, no political affiliation. That's the only way we would really get it. No political. It shouldn't even be called a political party. We're just a bunch of. That's what it should be. Something like Occupy Wall Street. It doesn't matter really what you're conservative, whatever your beliefs are. Just. Because like that's why I always say, dude, because like prior to Donald Trump, the truth movement is mostly nonpartisan. I think most people agree that both Bush and Obama were controlled, both were puppets. Democrats, Republicans are both the same. Like, I would never think in a million years that the truth movement would be like literally linked to the Republican Party, the same Republican Party that got us into Iraq and passed the Patriot Act. Like, no one would ever thought that. Because I'm sure Gandalf, and you were in the 2000s truth movement, I'm sure most people agree the Republicans were probably the greater two evils at the time, because they were the ones who were pushing all this,
like people basically back then were like, oh my god, like what people always used to say, like two wings of the same bird, right and left political ideologies and parties. The idea that like people would attach themselves wholeheartedly to like one political party, like the Republicans, like it was like fucking, it was like I was like stupefied eventually. Like there's like why, dude. There's like I think I mentioned him to you before. Webster Tarpley was protesting outside of the Republican National Convention back around the time Trump was about to be installed as the party leader or whatever, the Republicans. And Webster Tarpley it's like an old school kind of like alternative media, like he used to be involved with like Baruch Pack. Like he's been around for decades. And he's protesting outside of the RNC, and fucking who do you see show up but InfoWars? So Alex Jones's crew show up and is calling him a communist for daring to protest against Trump. And this is before Trump was even president. And Webster Tarpley saying the guy's a con man, you've all been fooled, and he's like, oh, you guys are with InfoWars. He's like, oh my god. And he's like, I can't believe you guys are spouting Republican talking points and this Trump derangement. Like, you're all nuts. Like, I can't believe you guys are falling for this.
And well, it's like, like, here's the thing, like, and here's the other thing, like, because prior to Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, you know what's the
what was I going to say? See, prior to Donald Trump, the anti-war movement, the war protest of American foreign policy, right? It was also like, the thing is, like, the anti-war movement was not Democrats or Republicans at that time. You see, at that point, both Democrats and Republicans were supporting this, like, policy of, like, destroying the Middle East. But literally, Trump, like, I guess the biggest person who brought it to the mainstream was Ron Paul. Like, Ron Paul's the first, we're not going to get into that right now, but
sucking Uncle Sam.
It's like, it was a nonpartisan thing. We'll get into the, I don't want to
be informed snitching
totally different topic, but the anti-war movement in the 2000s, you agree the anti-war movement in the 2000s, it was like not affiliated with a political party. It was like, you could be a small government, constitutionalist, libertarian, but be opposed to foreign policy in the Middle East. Or you could be a socialist or progressive, still be opposed to foreign policy.
I did that a couple of weeks ago. Got a
Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans.
We got
advance warning incoming.
Research justify newspaper.
Aaron.
Hey, you guys, I just needed to know. I didn't even tune in the stream. I just needed to know if you guys are still going.
Try to stay one at a time.
Still going. What are you crying about right now?
Nothing good. Oh, you're back in there?
Cox, your ADHD is too severe. I don't think you can comprehend what we're talking about right now.
Maybe you should rewind the tape there, big guy.
No, I was actually just recording what we just went through so I could get the chat before it goes by. Because you both burn your screen.
I can make fun of you more.
Yeah, I wanted to get that. I mean, just climbing right over you guys. Right?
No, I went to the store.
It's like
all you do is yell
so easy to plow over.
First time.
Dude, you guys are so easy to plow over. It's like OJM ramming into an electrical pole.
You still haven't answered. Why do you defend CMN despite the fact that he watches?
Dude, I don't defend the guy. You guys. See, oh my God, CMN. Listen, you guys are the biggest fan club.
Fuck yeah, that's all
you guys are the biggest fan club. You guys promote him the most, just like the rodent. You promote him the most.
That's exactly what you do. You're just deflecting now. You're just trying to.
No, man. You guys, You guys
tomorrow, the day after, we're going to comment to this channel again.
Oh, you got the Chihuahua. He barking because somebody came on the porch. Chihuahua barking because he came on the porch.
Because I know CMN's gonna make 5 or 6 videos tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
you're gonna be in the chat.
He wants you to.
You're gonna be in the chat.
Call the cops on him. He wants you to.
Yeah, dude, that's what he always said. CMN knows. He projects his guilty pleasures on other people.
So that's CMN. Oh my gosh. See, move the goalpost, lady.
I'm moving the. See, you just repeat the same stuff. You have no ground to stand up on, Cox. You can't argue.
No, I don't need you.
Let's go to jail. Seaman, you're locked up.
You're the one that piped up like I walked up on the porch delivering the mail, and you piped up like a chihuahua in the house.
Cox, you have no ground to stand upon at this
point. Dude, that's what you do. You sound like a little bitch. And
I'm calling it right now. You're going to be in
How does it feel to be platformed with Predward? Huh? Oh, hurry. Get Predward up here so he can grandstand. Get Predward up here so he can grandstand.
Bring your friend crying.
This one didn't. He didn't wreck anybody. Phil Cox.
Dude, whatever.
This one get wrecked. What about that couple months ago? How Aaron went on your panel, Phil, and he wrecked both people on the podcast. Oh, I have that clip.
I'll take all 3 of you down.
Yeah, what do you got really accomplished? You're a dork, dude. You're a dork. You got no life.
You already lied, dude. You already reported.
Dude, you're still lying that I said that I was in the Coast Guard flying airplanes, and you can't even prove that.
But you said you flew classified airplanes in the Coast Guard. So you said.
See how easy I can prove your story?
Come on, yeah.
Without tail numbers.
You're probably sitting there primary right there.
Don't do anything. You never flew. You never were a pilot. Dude. That's already been busted, dude. You're still lying about that. You're still saying. You're done, dude.
It says back
you
to
defend CNN despite the fact he watches a 14-year-old underage.
Dude, whatever, man. You guys said that they were 8.
I love your boss.
That doesn't make it okay to be 14.
You're a fucking
fucking
sick. Yeah, you guys are
You
sick.
are a fucking sex
Dude, you are getting intimate with your students per fellow mon.
Okay.
I mean, come on, dude. You haven't done shit about Mark Connors.
I claim you can't prove what
You haven't done shit about Mark Connors.
You're done, dude.
fired, you idiot.
Dude,
Dude, shut up.
that
Okay.
story changes every week, and you can't prove that. That
You have
story
no ground.
changes every week.
No
Wow.
ground to stand
My
on.
projection, huh?
Fucking
Good projection.
everybody.
I could
This
get
is
red
the
letters.
Predward Defense Force weaponizing their sickos like News Now Houston.
8
Oh,
years
you and who was News Now?
Yeah, just like the telephone goes on. Oh, I did it. Why not? Just like they go on. Oh, she was dead for the court. You don't know the guy.
You defend CMN still. You can't. You have no ground to stand upon at this point. Cox, you have no ground to stand upon. All you're doing is talking
You're on move, but no ground to stand upon. Dude, you're fucking weak, man. You're a weak
Guys are
fish.
fucking lame.
You're projecting, dude.
Loop. All
Fucking
fucking night.
weak. I'll take you guys on any time. You can cry. I just came in here randomly to take you guys to work.
All night.
Just delivering the mail. Hey, Kim, you might want to come calm down your puppy mill here. Come on, Kim. Get in here and calm down your puppy mill. Really loud and obnoxious.
Keyboards. You've done all that. You said he makes real music. All right, so you're done. You, Brian, Patrick, and CMN, all three of you, have your group therapy session in private.
Keep barking. Keep barking.
Aaron, I find it funny that you're recycling.
Keep deflecting.
Dude, I find it funny you're drunk.
Ladies.
Aaron was in special
Don't forget to put it placement.
That's what you sounded like, dude.
Name the badge number. Name the badge number. Pick the
That's what you sounded like, you fucking idiot. No, I never
We're not
said
even
that.
talking about special forces.
I
We're
didn't
talking
say I
about
was in
falsely
special
claiming
forces.
Shut the
Piped in.
fuck up,
I just
Tim.
recorded it. That's why I
I'll say your
recorded it.
name
You come
fucking
on,
right now.
Aaron.
Come on that. Hey, I just said some shit. Oh, shit.
That's
Better
what
go
you
guns
sounded
on
like,
me.
dude. I
Shut
got
the
it
fuck
recorded.
up. Bitch, you're wasting your time. You're just like all these motherfuckers.
Work it out, you
Yeah,
little
Luciferians in the
chihuahua.
chat.
Come
Wasting
on,
time.
come in here and calm down your puppy mill.
All you stupid fuck.
Come on.
Then you guys spit
Come
your
in
name
here,
in the
Kim.
chat.
Calm down your
or in the
puppy
chat.
mill.
That's
Come
all you
on.
dumb fucks
Bring
got.
Brian, Patrick, and CMN to
It's
defend
like
yourself.
going, oh,
That's
see
what
me,
you
man.
should do.
People,
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
like
Yeah,
to
because that's all
encourage
my
it.
job. That's all he got. He got nothing else to
Kim, you're the
do.
one that said in the chat
Bring
first
on
that
you.
I should take a vacation.
all this
Yeah,
job.
I'm saying bring your two boyfriends on. Bring them both on here.
Calm down your
I'll take
puppy
both of them
mill.
down right. I'll take both of them down right now.
Oh,
Bring them on here.
dude,
Tell them
Kim,
to
I'm
come on. I'll
beyond
take
crazy. I'm having a blast, Kim.
I'll take.
This is great.
Well,
I'm having a blast with your puppies. You're so cute, all you. I wish I could pet all you.
How do
You can't respond, Cox.
Oh,
Dude, I'm
shit.
not triggered, Nicola.
hilarious.
I'm just talking to the puppies. I'm just trying to calm down the puppies.
like you always do? Say
Lots of
something that makes sense.
projection tonight, man.
You're a bitch on all fours. That makes sense to a lot of people.
Makes sense because really nice.
Dude, I got that. I should play that back.
Play it.
Yeah, play it back. Cox. Everything we're saying is public domain. You have a right to play it.
Aaron,
And then I can play it. What's
you
true?
need to simply calm down and be able to discuss things rationally.
Shut up, dude. Dude, you're the one that was calling me up. Get up here, Cox, like you had a pair, like you're gonna do something.
Now
Jado, you can't do shit. You said you were gonna do something.
You see, everyone remember Cox defends CMN. Remember that. This is CMN's best friend on here.
Wait a minute. He's telling me to calm down, but I thought they were gonna tell me.
You're sputtering like a lawnmower clock.
You should just publicly release all of those court case records of Chloe, Kim. That'd be the best option.
Your name doesn't CMN and you being a pilot. Dude, the pilot LARPers. The pilot LARP is busted, dude. You're right. Under 8 people.
Call the cops on him. We already have, dude. Call the cops on him, dude.
He's gonna go to jail. Dude, that's why you're part of the whole
Okay. Oh my God, I got nothing to do with it. I don't hit the public fucking button.
You know that. Listen,
I don't hit the public button. I don't hit the like button for anybody.
2 years.
But you need to be clear, dude.
that whole cop out community full of people who are
You want that channel more than I do.
And his daughter wants to say, oh,
You think I should keep an eye on somebody's made over 50 videos by username in it? You've made over 50 videos by username. Okay? I have the right to respond to what you said.
Oh, and then when I do respond, then I do you wrong. Just move the goalpost.
You're the only one in the chat in CMN show. You are the only one in the chat. You are the only one in the chat in CMN show. You are the only one who comments favorably. You like his music. You like his toy keyboard. You defend everything he's done.
Predward and Mark Connors. Hurry.
You're too dumb to question orders. To do your
You're fucking dumb, dude. You got no idea. They're finding bench warmers.
Yourself again.
They're using you like you're a puppy in a puppy mill, just an FYI. They need somebody loudmouth like you because Scotty's wore out.
Man, all you're doing is show now. You're actually talking irrelevant stuff. That's all. Are you done? You see what he's trying? Everyone, you see what he was trying to do? He just came on. He was playing old recording just to crash the show. But we're actually talking irrelevant stuff. And that's what Cox is doing. He has nothing to talk about. He doesn't expose anything.
Bench warmers, hurry!
He's just trying to crash the show.
I wish he would just simply speak like a normal person. Like he would say something and then we would communicate back. But he refuses. He will not speak. He might be able to stay in the chat and whine because all he does is not shut the fuck up.
I think he left on his own accord. Aaron, come back and don't play streams. I'll let you on, bitch. Come on. We'll talk about fucking Mark Connors and Flathead.
But you see, me and Gabe, we were just talking irrelevant stuff, and he just came to crash the show. That's all he did. He can't.
Yeah.
He has no ground to stand upon. That guy. That guy has nothing. He just talks over you. And look, he can't respond. Look, he noticed this. Everyone, I want everyone to notice it. He never answers the questions. He's just like Patrick, just goes on and on and on. Refuses to answer any questions. That's it. That's what it is. And it's the same thing Crying Patrick
does. Defend guys that like to violate young girls, whether it be intimately or digitally, like CMN does. And apparently, white knights for guys like that turn the blind eye. What's the truth here?
Exactly.
Blind eye turner.
That's exactly these people. These people have no credibility whatsoever. There's nothing, no ground to stand upon, and that's a Cox look. That's what he does all the time. Because he came on me, one time me and FM were he came on there and he just went on about flathead. He just no ground to stand upon. The guy just like I always say, Cox, CMN, and Crying Patrick. Those are three biggest crybabies I met on here. Just go on, spew lies, no truth on them. Those three, you can lump in Crying Patrick, you're lumping with me at CMN. You're just like CMN. Just all you do is talk lies. That's it, and have no ground to stand upon. Like I said, Cox, you want to come on? You Cox and bring your two boyfriends.
Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
If he doesn't play clips, I'll leave him up. If he doesn't play clips, if he does
the issue is if he would
simply I'll say this only because he puts me backstage and does gay ops. So now I've got the uphill advantage, and nice try, Aaron.
But you see how each of us are individually speaking, then somebody else starts talking, we just totally shut up. It's he's incapable of these basic modicums of decorum for a civil discussion. He can't do it. It's I think he assumes that if he just doesn't shut the fuck up that people will be defeated in the long run, but just makes him look like a fucking spastic.
Yeah, dude, it's it doesn't, and that tactic doesn't work because he's Cox has repeatedly made a fool of himself. That's the second or third time he's done it now. He can't defend himself. He really can't. He knows that he has no. He has no straws left. He just has to. That's his only way of getting through is talking over you, trying to make you rage. But it's not working. You just gotta the moment you bring up CMN, he won't answer anything about CMN now. But here's the thing. He's saying we're CMN's biggest fans. I can guarantee in the next few days, because I know CMN's he's probably making videos right now, CMN on this channel right now on this show. He's seeing him comment like 5 or 6 videos, and Cox is going to comment favorably on it. Yes, Gandalf. Go on, Gandalf.
Dude, I have a way to like defeat you all right now, and be the victor
he thinks he can say stuff about other people.
And be the victor of this panel, okay? And I'm gonna use I'm gonna use fucking Cox tactics, okay? Watch this. I could do that for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Oh no, Gandalf owned me. I'm gonna go quit and crying Patrick's shoulder now. Oh, like,
yeah,
that's his tactic, dude. He can't you can't rationally have a debate with it. Like, it's impossible to have a rational. Like, at least with Yaxley, like, you know, that's the thing with Yaxley, I'll give him that. At least with Yaxley, you can have, like, a conversation with him. Like, you know, he'll argue about it.
Dude, I really don't have, like, an issue with Yaxley, like, as big of an issue as, like, I think a lot of people have. Like, I'm okay with Yaxley, like, to a certain extent. I just think that, like, his going, like, completely, like, spurred out, like, on the warpath was, like, crazy, man. Like, because like he's at least rational, like, and like logical.
Well, you can talk, like, that's the thing with Yaxley. You can at least have a rational, like, if Yaxley wants to debate as like aerospace engineer, you can have a debate about him. Like, you know, of course he's like he you know, you can debate with him at least. The Cox, there's no debating with him. You can't have a rational debate with him about CMN because he knows that he can't defend himself. He knows that he's at a loss for words, so that's what he'll do, dude. He'll just talk over you, and that's it.
Okay, Deflection, yeah, you're such an expert on that,
I think like, he has, like, some, like, I don't know where he has, like, some expensive microphone, which is apparently louder than, like, our other standard microphones. That's how he does it. He just does that and just goes on and on and on, and he has nothing to say. And, like I said, Patrick uses the same exact tactic. And, like, you know, what Patrick will do is he'll make stock accounts on, like, Fellow Man and J-Man, and he'll go on for 3 hours having his accounts talk to each other. No arguments. He'll just say, "Oh, Fellow Man's a crybaby, J-Man's a crybaby." When it's really, like, it's him, dude. He's the one that, like, this is a man who's in his, like, 30s or 40s and literally just will go on for 3 hours in the chat on people he doesn't even know in real life. That's what we're at.
It would be interesting if like Cox was willing to actually like discuss like issues, like, and actually talk like a normal human does. You know what I mean? Like, it would be different, but like he seems like, I don't know if it's like he's like afraid of like actually discussing things, or if he's like, I don't know what it is, like, or if he's just fucking as mental as his buddy CMN.
Yeah, dude, he is, dude. He's just trying to sidetrack us. That's what he's trying to do. Because we were actually talking. Look, me and you were actually talking about real relevant stuff, like, you know, about the left-right paradigm.
He gets triggered. Then he's triggered.
Yeah, they can't stand it when we actually do real content. They can't stand that, dude. They can't take it, dude. Like, when there's not drama, they're not focusing on that. Like, even when we're talking about them, they go nuts. And when we're absolutely not talking about actually doing relevant stuff, like trying to have rational conversations, they can't take it either. That's why Cox came in the middle of the show and just to crash it. So.
I don't even think he can comprehend what we were even talking about. I don't think his like mental like capacity even can like grasp topics.
They don't expose anything, dude. Like what? Like, dude. Like, because I watch all these cop auditing videos, dude. They don't expose anything, dude. That's what Cox is a part of. What do they expose? Like, you're gonna go up to some police officers just like, I don't know, I'm just waiting for something to happen, dude. You're not gonna expose anything by doing that. You're going to the public library. Like, that's what these first audit. Yeah, go on, Gandalf. Yeah.
When it comes to cops, like, just people, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna find asshole cops, you'll find nice cops, great cops, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like any other profession, dude. Like, it's in any profession you're gonna find that. Like, you're not really exposing it. This First Amendment audit community doesn't really expose anything. It's like they don't just audit police. Like, they also, like, why is First Amendment auditors, they'll go into public libraries with a camera, right? Like, what are you exposing by doing that? Okay, like, what's in a public library they're exposing? You're saying, oh, I'm a journalist, I'm filming in a public library. Look, you're creating a disturbance, you're loitering. Yes, I think the library does have a right to, like, have you, like, evict from the property. Okay? Because just because something is public doesn't mean
300 bids on me, 30 on fine free, and 30 or so on cola. Oh, yeah, you need a fucking tissue, fellow cock. Wipe away your precious troll tears there, fellow cock.
Normal people, you know what I mean? Like, cops like me. Like, maybe I look like a cop, but, like, you know, cops just like me. Like, I've never had issues with them.
I've always had a good interaction with my local police department. Like, you know, just, yeah, if you get pulled over, just like, because, you know, even if police pull you over, like, a lot of times they're trying to, like, look for, like, you know, if someone's, like, driving under the influence or something. Like, you know, they'll pull you over for a busted taillight, but really the thing is they're looking for, like, drunk drivers or people who are engaging in something else. Like, if you have a broken taillight, just admit it that, yeah, oh, yeah, I should have, I'm sorry about that, I should not. But they won't even give you a ticket, they'll give you a warning. Okay.
No, they won't.
Yeah, that's what it is, dude. Like, you know, like,
or hold on, let me say this. Remember when they had the George Floyd thing? That shit popped off and they were burning shit down not too far from my house. But the cops in my town shut that shit down. And I'm very grateful they did, right?
Yeah, well, they have to do. I mean, look. They're not going to do the, like, you know, they're not going to put these people, like, get these people off the street. And who is, like, you know, because, well, like, yeah, it was all garbage anyway. The whole, you know, I mean, I could go on.
Could you imagine, like, Cox being pulled over by a cop? Like, he would have his, like, face busted into the side of, like, a fucking concrete fucking pillar, like, in 5 seconds. dealing with somebody like that, that's rationally like, oh, yes, officer, sorry about blah blah blah, but he'd be like spastic, he'd be fucking swearing.
He'd be like going on, it's like, no, I don't have it. No. He's like, no. You guys are the ones that do that. You guys harass people like CMN. My buddies creeps and see like CMN. You guys just go on, and then like, it's like, I'd be like, I can imagine. I wonder if there's like body cam footage of him getting pulled over. Like, because, you know, Cox, that's what Cox is a part of. That's him and authority checking CM. They're all part of that whole First Amendment audit community. And yeah, and like I said, they just don't record police. They also go to like public libraries or like you know, stuff like that, or museums or whatever. Just all they're trying to do is get a reaction. That's like, you know, you're just loitering and engaging in that, just trying to create a scene. So that's what I'm saying. This whole First Amendment audit community, it's just First Amendment audit community.
It reminds me a lot of like what's the name of it? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting now. Those constitutionalists, like guys that used to like kind of confront cops with false paperwork and all that kind of stuff. Those crazy guys.
I'm not sure of that movie. So. Sovereign Citizen, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. You remember those? That was like a huge thing like years ago, and those guys were fucking all deranged, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those guys were all fucking nuts. Like, they would put liens on different cops. I remember one story of like a group of sovereigns in New York State putting liens to the excess of like $1.5 billion on like a bunch on the police department and like the different members of the police department.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least when it came to sovereigns, like as fucking nuts as they were, like they at least were litigious and intelligent. Like this whole cop watch thing was like full of fucking nutcases.
Exactly, man. That's where Cox recruits. And then the other community I also mentioned was this predator poacher community. Like this predator poacher community, what they try to do is they like try to put out bait for these like creeps to lay, and then they try to like expose them. But literally, it's all that community is all just a bunch of people projecting their own sick desires. So like, you know, like the predator, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's the same thing. Like this cop, like, you know, it's like there's a connection between the cop watch community and the predator poacher community. They're all full of these like creeps who have like, who are either deranged or have some like shady past, and they're just trying to project it. That's all they're trying to do. Like, you know, they're trying to like, you know, like, I think the main reason they're like because, you know, they obviously have trouble with the law, so they just go around recording police officers trying to say, oh, I'm the good guy, but really they know that they're the ones with guilty pleasures, and they should be beaten up like the village idiots they are. Like just like CMN. CMN's a perfect example.
Have you guys seen the guys who don't have the license? Because they're like, it's my constitutional right to travel.
I'm a free citizen to travel on the land.
Like, I don't have to show you the ID, and the cops like smash. I've heard it defended well, like by smart lawyer types, but then I've seen like the dumb guys like, I'm not showing you my ID, and they just smash in the window and like beat their ass. You know what I'm talking about? Like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. Like, I gotta say this whole this whole video cameras did not exist when the First Amendment was being written. Okay, like if it's a public setting, like here's the thing. Like if it's in it's on the street and you're recording a police officer, most of them are just not even gonna care if you're just recording them, dude. If you go and confront someone, yes, they want a reaction. Like if they were just recording, that's fine. But they literally go up and try to get a reaction. I'm saying they literally want to get themselves arrested or something just to show. But here's the thing: the First Amendment, yes, it just protects freedom of speech and freedom of press. Like freedom of press meaning like to write journals or like do YouTube videos or something. But not like if you're going and just recording for fun, that's like that's loitering. Literally, you just like no one's gonna say it's good. To, like can you go like schools are schools are owned by like local school boards, like elementary and middle school, right? But you can't go in an elementary and middle school and start recording, okay? Because everyone's gonna think you're a creep then, right? Because just because it's a government building doesn't mean that it's private property. It's property of the government. You can't just trespass like that and start recording. It doesn't work that way. CMN, like Gandalf. You agree, right, Gandalf? Like you see what I mean, Gandalf, right?
Yeah, it's like
I did find the video. If you.
no, I just can't understand it when it comes to these people. Like it's gone on for so many years. Like all this stuff's like a lot of these people. Like when it comes to like these cop watch communities, like they're all fucking. Most of them have like criminal pasts. It's one thing that I've noticed come up a lot with these groups. So they have this like rational hatred for the police.
Yeah, because they know that they themselves have these guilty pleasures which will get them sent to jail. That's the thing. That's a CMN's a primary example. The reason he's part of it. Look what he's into. That's why he's part of it. So that's why he's part of that whole community, because he's into this creepy stuff and he's just trying to project. He's just trying to pretend like he's the good guy, but he knows deep down. Like I say it. Like there needs to be a SWAT team sent to his house and like literally seize all his computer and equipment. Like because who knows what else he's watching on. So. Same with I'm sure Cox must have something compromising too to be part of the same community. Authority check all these people and this new guy, that John L guy, that whatever I don't know what was John, I forget his last name now, but that's these are the kind of people that Cox is around, like this whole police audit and this predator poacher community. So
predator poacher. Oh god, there's something sketchy about that whole community as well, man.
Yeah, dude, that's probably more sketchy than the cop audit community, dude. And that's what CMN's a part of. Because CMN, like he will literally play sound bites from like
that's all
CMN
all fucking night, man. Over 3 hours.
Oh, Gandalf, you need to see this.
Holy
Is this
shit.
a video where I'm lashing himself, Scotty?
Sorry, what's that? Hold
The
on.
Oh,
video of What's Truth
God,
lashed
who
himself.
just said
That's the video
who,
where
huh?
he-
Yeah.
Oh, I could play that one. That was kind of anticlimactic. I would have hit him a lot harder.
Do you want it? I think I have. Actually, I think I have. Here, I think I have.
You know,
Here, I got it. I got it. Can you play it? Here, I'll post it in our...
I didn't think you were that fucking butthurt. Wow.
No, I'll give it to you. Here, I'll give it to you. You can screen share. I'll give it.
You want me to go down the fucking corner market and buy you a box of tampons?
Yeah, it just shows Candle. This is
Get
another
you a
one
box
of
of
Fox's
Master
friends. You gotta
Pads
see this.
for your little man pawn there, bunny bench
I think we
warmer.
were watching it earlier.
Because you sound like
we
you're
didn't
fucking
watch
ready
this
to bleed
video.
a little harder, dude.
Paste. Hold on, I'm laying on my yoga ball. Enter. Find the one where he no, when I said I had the video, I meant I had the CMN and the journalism.
I can find that too. Okay, play the What's Truth one first. I'll get the journalism. Let me get the journalism one too. Let me get that too.
I had that one lined up, but okay, yeah.
Play the.
So I had like another copy variation of someone commentating over it. So if you have the original, okay, this is, I think so. Wait. Fuck, I can't find the video now. under pressure, failing. Stop this screenshot. Okay, wait. Yeah, boom. Yeah, okay, Flat Earth, got it. I have to remember the title. I have so many tabs open, sorry. Not as bad as normal, but still a lot.
Dude, I can't even have more than 1 or 2 tabs off. Like, I have this stream, and I also have, like, the chat, like, open on 2 different windows. If I were to open, like, one more...
Oh, I found it, dude. I found the journalism one. I found it, dude. I found the journalism one.
Probably crash.
Okay, do you want to play? I think the journalism is better than the whipping himself, but I have that one.
Okay, no, we'll play this one too, but play this, just skip a little into the video, just show everyone this is what.
This one?
Yeah, just skip a little bit into it. This is what's truth. This is Gandalf, this is also Cox's best friend.
In your little mind, right?
Yeah, play it.
I found out to the logging prior. I realized a fucking computer. You know, I know that this year you were fucking thinking.
When does he vlog? I think it's like.
No, that's what I wanted to see.
Where does he vlog him? He vlogs himself somewhere in the video. I forget where he does it.
Basically, I bought you. What he does in front of his kid.
See there? Do you see it, Gandalf?
4, 5.
I also find it funny. He's like, you guys are sadistic. He's always calling people sadistic. I'm like, you're the one masochistically fucking hitting yourself weirdly online. And this is public. God knows what he's into.
Yep. And this is Cox's.
What the fuck?
What he does in front of his kids. Now, who is he saying that to? Stephanie? So I
get beat up worse by
he had a tripod, take a picture of my back. That's what he just said. So if it wasn't Tiffany, then it must have been one of the kids holding
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, you can stop it now. So. Yep, that's Cox. That's another one of Cox's best friends.
No.
Okay, you want to play the?
No, wait. This might be the evidence where he plays. Hold on.
Screen share. That's what happened, Harvey.
Oh, this is the video. Yeah. Hold on, we gotta watch it now. Watch this. This is the shit I talked. I asked him about this and he laughed about it. Hold on, watch this. I found it.
Stephanie? So I didn't do that. He had a tripod. Take a picture of my back. That's what he just said. So if it wasn't Tiffany, then it must have been one of the kids holding the camera. History. This is Hey, Mr. Hartford Silent. You should take a look at this, okay? Now that we're getting into this, because this is stuff that you weren't around, dude. I didn't see you when this stuff was out. We live streamed this 24 for 28 fucking days. We had fucking 7,000 views, over 7,000 views on this shit. But you can't shame him. As soon as we found his history, as soon as he screen shared, that's what happened, Mark. You know how you screen share? He was screen sharing, and this is what come up. So we cooking this out of one of his videos. Got his fucking email in it. And he's already admitted to this.
Yeah, you guys don't call out fucking pedophiles. You guys fucking project and deflect for sickos and creeps.
But guess what?
And you have no problem protecting sex offenders.
That's something that him and Johnny
So you don't fucking want to pin fucking penis shit on innocent
nobody
people.
else. But Johnny's just vouching for it. Plain and simple. Sticking up for compromised pedophiles. And we never heard about Brian being fucking raped and left for dead and sucked his off the back and all that fucking shit until long after we played this. Long after. I hope you understand who you're fucking hanging around with. And why we're kind of fucking laughing at you, dude. For a guy that claims to know everything. You're so real. This doesn't show much fucking realness, dude. At all.
So talk to me now. This is his email. Hacker. That's his you know. These are all his icons. Blue Letter Bible during most of his videos. This is a screenshot that we had taken from an original video. He was screen sharing the time stamps on the searches. This is his search history. We're 11 a.m., 11:21, 11:19, 11:18, 11:17, 11:16, 11:16, 11:16, 11:14, 11:13, 11:10, 11:03, 11:03, and 11:02. Now, you can read these titles for yourself. I don't know who would type this shit in.
Kids TV.
This isn't shit he's clicked into.
I hope his kids can't see this shit.
This is shit he's typed the fuck in. This is insane.
No idea. Black-eyed children. Pedophilia videos on YouTube.
Now, I don't know about any of you guys. But you would not find that in my search history. I'm sorry, but one, I would not make a video about this. Oh my god. You know, this stuff. I wouldn't make a video on pedophiles. I wouldn't type that shit into my computer. Like, ever. Ever.
Oh my god.
He laughed about it when I asked him.
Just like all these motherfuckers want to say, I'm a dangerous predator, I'm a violent rapist, I'm a convicted sex offender that has serial court records.
That's his picture, him and his wife. They use that as a watermark in all of their videos. This here's his channel.
Scroll back here. This is what I find interesting. Okay, this is what I find interesting.
Oh, you can't make this shit up, man.
Black-eyed children. This is, I don't know what this is. Pedophile video on YouTube. Okay, so he's typing that in. And if he's actually making a video about pedophiles, and he types this in,
That's right.
well, maybe he would get a video about pedophiles. But if you were making a video about pedophiles, why would you type in porn videos on YouTube? This is a separate search.
Hope you are well.
See what I'm saying? So he was clearly looking at porn. This would have nothing to do. Like, Google only does what you ask it to do. YouTube only does what you ask it to do. And it's very specific. You would not call it, if you type in porn video on YouTube, what's the odds of child porn coming up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
why go on porn videos on YouTube when you
this never ever makes sense. He can't make sense of it. He avoids this like fucking plague. He hates this.
This guy's got like YouTube psycho.
Videos on YouTube. Porn videos on YouTube. And this is his screen. That's his picture, him and his wife. They use that as a watermark in all of their videos. This here's his channel, YouTube.
Go to Popcorn 1967. Last video, last upload. This is when he was using this avatar. So you can hear by his voice and you can know his name. Sorry about that.
Reality, that's his face. That was his avatar. You can tell I was subscribed to this channel. The bell was on for all notifications. Yeah. That's his history.
Not good. Not good at all. You know.
Cox, yep. This is the other guy that's in Cox's chat all the time. Like, he's always there, always wrenched there.
He was here. He's got a wrench too. He was here earlier.
He was in Chisel's chat earlier too. So yep, this is.
I wonder who this guy is. Who is this dude with like the clown mask thing? Like, this guy puts up some great content, man. Archiving and documenting all this crazy shit.
I think this guy's named Glenn Wienford. Crafty Cat dropped that knowledge on us.
He's not trolls versus trolls. Is he?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it is trolls versus trolls.
So we got Glenn and Brian.
I'd love to hear this trolls versus trolls guy talk. Dude, I'd love to hear this trolls versus trolls guys talk, because this guy is like uploading for like 2 years now, like amazing content, just documenting fucking insanity.
You want to play the CMN video too, or?
Yeah, I was gonna play one more before I get in trouble. Just kidding.
Yeah, dude, it is 2 o'clock, man. Fuck, I gotta crash.
I probably should go. I can.
You guys, you don't have to stay, but you're welcome to, of course. No, I'm saying because I have my phone downstairs already ready to go, so I can talk to you. No worries. No, but just because I'm up here sharing a screen on my computer, being loud. But I do want to show this one more. If I could. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by the way. And you're always welcome.
Man, like, I want to come on more, but like I never see I must have like fucking like 1,000 subscriptions at this point on YouTube, so like I never see like someone like you come up on notifications. Like it's buried under like 100 other fucking tabs or 100 other videos, you know.
Or for me, I don't even get notifications on the channels that I get like 1,000 subs on, where I don't have like just too many. But you can go in, you can check for the red button, and I'm live a lot. I'm not always here a lot. The stream goes a lot, so check me out if you can. We might end this one before 12 hours for special request of FM, and then we can we'll obviously go live right after. But
I'm just trying to figure out your schedule and stuff like that, because like
no, I've been streaming like 24/7 pretty much this whole calendar year. I just came back from vacation. My stream died when I was on vacation, so that sucked. But
well, it's like, you know, I'll say this, Gandalf. It's like this is kind of like, you know, and I thank Scotty for having this. Like, and this is kind of like the last refuge for like what's left of our community from 2019. Like, this is where everyone just hangs out in the chat, dude. That's really it, dude.
Yeah,
it's like
he let them at 7 and like lose their minds after the whole COVID thing. Like, bro, a lot of people like I used to be in like really good contact. Once COVID started, they just ghosted, man. They were gone. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's like I think it's like just people just lost their
like
Yeah, I think what happened really is just people just lost their enthusiasm after that. You're going again.
Yeah, I would say that it was because like basically COVID was such like this, like it was like all these like nightmares of like the conspiracy world really came to life, and like I guess like I was kind of demoralized for a large period of time too. Like I would talk to people and I would be like, oh, this masking kind of shit's bullshit, and they would tell me that like, you're not a conspiracy theorist, are you? And I'd be like, this entire fucking planet's become a conspiracy theory. Like, this is fucking, everyone's gone fucking insane. Like,
and you know, like, here's the thing I was telling them, like, why did it go away all of this? Everyone was saying 2-3 years ago that, yeah, this COVID-19 is going to take over the world. It's never going to go away. It's super contagious. Well, if that virus was so super contagious and as deadly as they were saying, why did it go away? So why is it all gone now? Like,
Dude, I had COVID, and it was a shitty flu for 2 weeks, and I drank neocitrin, which is a type of lemon tea herb mixed with like pain relievers, and it was gone in 2 days.
Yeah, dude, same thing. I caught it earlier this year, dude. Like, I like, you know, yeah, I was having trouble swallowing, but after a week, I was gone. I was just back at work. Everything's back to normal. It's that's all it was. It was just a bad version of the flu. That's all it was, really. Like, you know,
what a fucking trip. Oh my God. Like, and I think that kind of like pushed a lot of people like into like kind of like depression, maybe. I don't know what it is, but like,
I think that's what it did. It just, I guess a lot of people just felt like, because, you know, a lot of people did did feel helpless after, because when it was going on 3 years ago, like it was insane. Like what was going on in the United States Street, it was insane, dude. Like, because I remember like going to like Costco and like Target, like there were lines outside. They weren't even letting people. They like had a line. Okay, you only have a certain amount of people inside the store at a time. Like it was just insane. Dude, it was like,
God, man, they're still doing
the first 2 weeks of it, like maybe like the first month, I was like, oh my God, maybe we need to be cautious. I don't know. And then I was like, I started, like, after I had COVID, I was like, okay, this is kind of getting ridiculous at this point, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, and the fact that it just went away all of us, that's a thing, dude. That it's all gone. Like, dude, I would think, like, I was thinking, like, that we would never, because, I was also thinking that, like, at that point, oh, they got us in check now. It's never going to get better. Now it's only going to get worse and worse. But
we should probably stop, dude, we should probably stop talking about this fucking MMAs and like some kind of COVID notice on this video.
Yeah.
No, well, usually I wouldn't worry, but Nick, we're going to keep this one up.
Yeah. But dude, like, here's the thing, when it did happen, when it did happen though, like the thing is when it did happen, do you remember like after the thing is like, I remember when it started in like March of 2020, right? That everyone went home, right? And then the George Floyd thing happened, and all of a sudden everyone's back on the street. And then, here's the thing, because the media was all telling us, oh, we all have to be isolated, right? But then when everyone was protesting.
Dude, that was like the most fucking bizarre fucking part of the entire thing is that there's like these mass protests in the middle of what's called like the second coming of the Spanish flu or the bubonic plague. It's like the Justinian plague is back. But there's these mass protests and they're trying to, there was hundreds of articles saying how people in these mass protests don't need to worry about getting COVID.
That's like, what really, when I saw it on CNN, I saw an article on CNN, there's no evidence the protests have led to an increase in cases. I was like, I wanted to facepalm so hard, but they were saying that all these like freedom, because there was a lot of like anti-lockdown protests going on. Everyone was saying, oh, those are mass contagious events and leading to more cases. But this BLM stuff was like, oh no, that's all safe. You can go and do that. That was like, wow, that was like the biggest media BS I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what they call it, owning. When they run you over or the proof ban and mute you, that's owning. Oh, that's exposing.
I don't even know the best way of describing this, but it's like the most like contrary or contradictory like stance that you could possibly imagine the media taking. That like mass protest fine, but you need to socially distance if you're not in a mass protest. It's like I almost think that at some point like it was like a joke to these people, like and they thought it was like hilarious that people were actually going along with the whole COVID narrative.
Yeah,
really, is what I think.
And it fell apart. So because of Florida, Texas, and what I think it was like North Dakota or something, the whole narrative just fell apart so quickly that realizing that having lockdowns isn't actually so. Because even in 21, they were still trying to push it upon us, saying, oh yeah, COVID is still dangerous. But I think by 22, it just all fell apart completely. People saw that,
maybe that's another reason why bench was so pissed off.
I don't want to get left
because they go around saying fuck the police, fuck the blue. Daniel Abbott should be fired. Justice for Gennaro Kandula. Yep. Exposing the bad cops out there.
Which were heavily restricted, New York State, which were heavily restricted the entire so-called pandemic. It's like it doesn't. It's like I wonder if like just like the vast majority of the population is so like compliant that like they just go along with whatever the state tells them basically at any time. You know what I mean? Like my final like awakening to like just like how useless like the common person is when I had this like 50 or 60-year-old woman tell me how great it is that there's these lockdowns still, when the entire United States was basically not under lockdown. And I was like, just like these people are fucking part of the block. It's not even, these people don't even have like their own opinions anymore.
Dude, it was just like, I'm just surprised that they were able to push it as far as they did. Like, that just really shows how far, because like, I still don't think if they had tried to do this in the 80s or 90s, I don't think they would have been able to do it on the scale that they did. It's just because people are just so far gone, like, you know, because like it's just this is the time they did it at the right time. It just shows like, you know, that they can do, because they were able to dupe the whole world into this whole lockdown.
It's like Sky sitting there holding film on balls.
That's the worst part, is that it worked. Like, you know, people actually just.
Well, he's sitting there holding funny
things. I mean, look, I lost my job. I lost my previous job I had because of COVID-19. So, you know, they just shut it down. It's just insane, dude.
Well, you know, it's really like a wake-up call. I think it was a wake-up call, basically, because, like, for years, like I felt this way back in, like, 2012. When I used to listen to, like, Doug Stanhope, he's kind of like an obscure, like, comedian. He said something along the lines of, he said to Alex Jones, he said, this might have been like 2010 or 9 or something even, like, and this was what kind of like made me take a back step from like kind of like conspiracy related topics. Like, Doug Stanhope basically is sitting in Alex Jones' studio, and he just says to Alex Jones, as he's like, Alex, do you really want to like free the masses, like, and like you know, put like everything in the hands of like the common person? Like, you really think that would solve everything? And Alex is just like, yeah, well, the elites, like, they can't be in control of everything. He's just like, Alex, the common person, if you actually talk to them, are fucking retarded. Like, they can't have power and they can't have control of anything because they're stupid.
Unfortunate. It's just the unfortunate reality, and like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, like, the way I see it, like, Ian, if you support, like, even all the Trump supporters, like, they're just, most of them are just, like, I hate to say, most of them are just deluded. Just that they're just as delusional as the liberal Democrats, honestly. Like, there's really no difference. Like, you know, and then, like, that's what gets me back to the point of where, like, you know, back then before Cox interrupted us, where I was talking about how, like, you know, how the truth movement was better before, like, you know, prior to Trump being there, it was a mostly nonpartisan thing, and then it's like, what I wanted to mention is, like, do you remember in 2000?